Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the daytime stream. Today's title shall be No AC Stream. We'll call it the Broken AC Stream. Broken AC Stream. Alright, and then we'll say new Ghost in the Shell. Alright, new Ghost in the Shell. Crimson Invasion Restock. And let's see. New Ghost in the Shell Specialty item. Crimson Invasion Restock. Broken AC Stream. Let's get a fire emoji. Let's see. Too hot. No, maybe like a sweating emoji. Alright. Summer heat emoji. How about that? Nah. We'll just do the fire emoji. Horizontal, yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying it out. Oops. What am I doing, dude? Stop. God, man. So annoying. I don't want to click on this Emojipedia website. That website sucks, man. Alright, we're copying that. Okay. Broken AC stream. So, I'm late. It's because I'm dreading coming to the live stream. I absolutely am dreading it. It's like 85 degrees in this room right now. I have the fan on me and I'm already sweating. And I barely started talking, so we're in a heat wave too. We're in a heat wave and our air unit, AC unit broke on this side of the house, which is the room that this is in. We're going live for Monday day. It's a dry heat though. It's an indoor heat, so it's not going to affect anyone's cards. All my cards are in here. Just a bit warmer, you know. Warm enough to be uncomfortable. And yeah, it's super annoying. Let's see. IEEPA tariff refunds. What? I might be getting a refund from FedEx for tariffs from last year. I better mark that unread. That seems important. I paid a lot of tariffs. Like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth. Not a small amount. Let's see. Let's delete some of these. Delete. Alright, we better get this up and running ASAP because we started so late. Let's begin by closing this. Let's open this. Let's grab the menu. Yeah, I got the fan blasting on me. It's hot in here. I'm roasting, guys. It's terrible. I really considered just calling off today. I don't want to be here. It's too hot. I'm a baby in the heat, man. I don't tolerate heat at all. There we go. There we go. We're gonna hit save. Unacceptable. That's right. It's roasted in here, guys. We're just gonna have a short stream. The nighttime stream will be easier, you know, because this is daytime and the room is really hot. Like the sun actually just beats down on this room for the entire day. And then nighttime comes around and it cools off. So I'm roasting. It's hot in here, man. I'm a baby. If it's 85 degrees, that's way too hot for me. The funny part is, Karis is in her room, and she's like, I love it. She's like, this is how it should be all the time. She loves it. She thinks that the temperature in the home is great. All right, it says here we received a CS Man order from 7 hours ago. That would be this morning, right? Okay, so that's the first order then. You should go to HR and complain about the heat. Oh, it's terrible. I would not make it in a hot place. I'm just not designed for it or something. I'd go crazy. I'd go crazy. I'd want to, you know, I want to smack my wife and set everything else on fire. I'd just go crazy. I think I would. I'd be like, Ree! All right, so what are we missing? What am I forgetting to do? Oh, I know what we're forgetting to do. Cross-pollinate. We got to send this link over to Instagram. Is your wife your HR? You technically have employees. She helps a lot. She does a lot of paperwork sometimes. She helps with the taxes a lot. We're live right now for Monday day. Posting this. Okay. And deleting the Sunday. All right, there we have it. So we posted that, and now let's go over here. Whoa. Did I just get a message? What's this? William Wafter making a payment. Oh, I made an announcement in Discord about Slab Away, guys. Slab Away. You must have it paid off by the halfway point or it's automatically canceled these days. That's how it's going to work. Even if you already did make some payments on it, still getting canceled, okay? So I'm not doing that to be like a big meanie. I'm actually a big softie when it comes to that kind of stuff. But the truth of the matter is, I'm losing a lot of money when you don't make your payments on those slabs, because I'm supposed to be reinvesting that money so that, you know, your card goes up for you and I take the money and buy something and that goes up as well. But if the way it's working, your card's just going up and I'm not getting my cut and I'm not reinvesting that cash, well, then you're just benefiting from holding an asset and I have nothing. So we have to behave a little more like a credit card company or like a bank at this point. You've got a loan. It's called a Pokemon slab, almost like being able to borrow stocks or borrow gold or borrow oil. So you're able to borrow gold from me and it's going up, but you're not making a payment on that gold. So I'm not able to turn around and buy more gold. So I'm missing out on the market and you're benefiting from the market. So this is very important. So in the past, a lot of the cards were very cheap and the market wasn't so crazy, right? Like everything wasn't just exploding upward. We're in a time period where it's all exploding upward, and I'm expecting you guys to be on time on your slab aways. So one of the rules is halfway paid by the halfway point. I think there's some things I'd like to mention. If you want a full year, the slab away fee is no longer $20. It's 15% of the cost of the slab. So that's a full year slab away. It's a huge fee. Like if you want, let's say a slab that costs maybe like $2,500-ish, that's going to be like a $380 slab away fee. It's huge. So no more slabbing away a card for 20 bucks for a year, not making any payments on it, waiting a long time. And then at the very last second, when the card's already jumped by like double, then you make a little payment. You know what I mean? No more of that. That time period's over. We could go back to that if, you know, the Pokemon market goes into a slump. You could see slab away values becoming more favorable for people who want to loan. But right now, it's a tough market. It's a very upward climbing market, and so you got to be on time. The rule is halfway paid by the halfway mark. Okay, a lot of people don't do that. In fact, I'll say this: almost no one does. Almost everyone misses that. Very few people actually stick to that, and so we're cracking down on that. If I give you a nice card and you've got 6 months to pay it down, it's got to be done halfway at 3 months. And then I take that cash and what do I do with it? I go and buy another slab so that you got a slab going up and I got a slab going up. That's how it's got to be, okay? And so it makes me feel kind of like a bad guy, almost like, the credit card company with the credit card company fees or the bank with the bank fees or whatever. But no, it's actually just how money works. It's very rational. It's like I'm looking at you sitting on a card that's going up in price really rapidly. I'm saying, well, what am I doing? I didn't even get paid for this card. So why am I not benefiting? So it's that's why banks came up with the rules that they came up with, because of those scenarios. The banks understand this. They go, well, we got to get a cut, and then you can go and own, like the house that you bought goes up in value, right? So you get to own your house, and we get a cut too, and that's how loans work. That's where usury comes from, huh? But no, it's the time value of money is what it really is. It makes perfect sense. It's just how money works. Otherwise, there's no incentive to do a loan. So a loan's like a bet or a gamble on the market of things going up. Really interesting. Again, we never really cracked down on that very hard. Sometimes we would. In particular, if we reach the halfway point and you've almost not paid your card at all, that card is typically canceled. Okay, but now it's full stop. It must be halfway paid. Doesn't matter how much you put on it already. It has to be halfway at least. And so that's the rule. And that's always been the rule. I just never really, I never got you in trouble if you broke it. So that's a little update on Slab Away. It's getting stricter. You really got to get it done on time, or it's going to get canceled. You're going to lose the card. Even if it went up and you're like way up and you're like, ooh, I'm loving this, you're going to lose it. And I don't want to do that to you, but now you've been warned. All right, so let's jump over here to this. We're going to take a look at Ghost in the Shell to find out what price we're doing on it. Ghost, we're just typing Ghost. Just checking, were you doing my order? Just calling it out. No, I'm not yet. We're going to do your order in a second here. Here's Force of Will, Ghost in the Shell. We're not done with the setup. So first of all, we got this beautiful box of Crimson, right? So Crimson has been restocked, and we're going to, it's a little sun faded on the top, huh? Okay, this guy must have sat in the sunlight. All right. Yeah, look how bright it is here, and then look at that. So it's sun faded on the top. Pull them out away. These look good. Okay, so those are looking good to me. Fresh box. Now we're gonna make these $1 more expensive, maybe $2 more expensive than the actual box break. Why? Because we want to incentivize you guys to get in that box break. We do. Oh, we actually had some packs left. Well, now I feel stupid. Oh, there was one pack left. I thought it was. Oh, this is tops. Okay, hold on. I'll put this back over here. This gets thrown away. Crimson Invasion restock. I bought a lot of Crimson Invasion. Maybe I'll buy another one right now, actually. I'll tell you what, I really like Crimson Invasion right now. I think it was underpriced. I mean, it's a set with the Pikachu and it's a set with the Gengar in it. Why does no one know that? Why does no one think about that? That's a big deal. Pikachu and Gengar in one set, and it's the cheapest Sun and Moon set there is, and the cards do legitimately sell for a lot of money, and no one's paying attention to it. They don't think about it. They go, oh, only the Rainbow Rare matters. No, dude, it all matters. It all matters. Oh, yeah, there's this guy. Okay, so this guy has 3 of them. I might just buy his 3. All right, so we're making a large financial transaction here. Well, I thought about buying that Gold Star Reggie. I don't know, man. It's just Reggie. Just Reggie Steel. All right, there we go. So we just ordered 3 more boxes of Crimson Invasion. Fantastic set. Very misunderstood. A lot of people have an old mindset where only the textured cards matter, only the EXs matter, or I guess it would GX in the Sun and Moon time period. Only the Rainbow Rare matters. No. The holographics all matter. They sell for a lot of money. That's a Pikachu Gengar set, very undervalued. Now we're going to head over to the menu, and you can buy this pack anytime you want, but we're going to have the booster break be a little bit cheaper. That's the goal here. So Crimson Invasion is going to sneak up to 32. And honestly, I don't mind hosting it at that price. Even if no one bought another pack of it, it doesn't matter. It's going to go up in price. That set, Crimson, will go up in price because I'll make it go up in price. You know, it's an old set. It's a constrained set. I could actually just keep buying it. I have plenty of money. I could just keep buying it until that price is justified. So we're going to do 32 for now. But if you want it at the cheaper $30 price, we have that. It's the box break. There's no reason not to join it. Let's see, box split, Crimson Invasion, $30. Look how many people are already in. So we got all these. We got NHCC, NHCC, NHCC. Mr. Shahir's in here. We got to make sure we got a fun time set up for these guys. So we want to sell this first. That's why the regular menu priced one will be slightly more expensive. That's the goal there, is to incentivize people to just join the box break. All right, so that's done. Ghost in the Shell was pretty cheap, actually. So it's a specialty item. I have 1 box of Ghost in the Shell, just 1 box. And if we like it, I have the option to buy more. But right now it's just 1 box, just like the Powerpuff Girls, just like Goosebumps. We want to do this more where we're buying sets of cards, just 1 box of it, and then just having fun. And when it's gone, you know, not really worrying about it. So Force of Will, we've had Force of Will before. I've seen Force of Will. This is a card company that we don't mess with very. Oh man, it's roasting in here, dude. It's roasted in here. I'm sweating. It is so damn hot. I can feel the sweat all down my back. I'm going to have swamp ass in minutes. What about if you still have time to finish your slab away and it's already beyond the halfway point? Oh, yeah, so you're supposed to have a full 6 months, right? That's how it works. At the halfway mark, it must be halfway paid. At the 6 month mark, it must be completely paid. That's all. Yeah, that's all. Halfway done by 3 months, all the way done by 6 months. That's all. Yeah, so if you have like, let's say you have $1,000 slab. On the day that it reaches halfway, I better see $500 or less remaining on your slab. Because if I see that you have $495 left, that's canceled. Or I'm sorry, $505 left. That slab is getting automatically canceled. That's the rules, okay? Please understand. I'm just letting everyone know. Okay, we're not tolerating it anymore. You do have to have it halfway paid or it's an automatic cancel. Now, again, we're doing that because I'm really trying to get you guys on schedule with that. I'm supposed to be receiving a cut for that card loan and then going out and buying a new slab. But if you just got my slab and I'm not benefiting from it going up and you are benefiting, and then I don't even have the cash for it, so I can't reinvest the cash. That's like a loan for free almost. You know, it's like, here, you just get to own my stuff and be the owner of it for nothing. You know, like, here, just have my stuff. So we did that for years where you could just not pay it down properly. Now we're in one of the hottest Pokemon card markets we've ever been in. And we got to start really putting pressure on Slab Away. If it's still a good product. Slab Away is great. But you really have to be on time, okay? I need to be able to take that money and reinvest it. Like, for example, let's say you have a Poker Charizard in Slab Away. You're supposed to have it halfway paid down, and then I'm supposed to turn around and buy a new deck of poker cards before they jump in price. Something like that, right? So that's what I'm supposed to do, but I don't have the cash from the card, which means I have to pull cash from somewhere else, but there's been a disconnect. Like, your card's going up is doubling in price, but I'm not taking that same cash and putting into something that might also go up double in price. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. It explains all the bank's rules. The bank came up with really tough rules, like you have to pay everything by the month. If you miss 2 months in a row, you know, your house is going to be taken away from you, or your car's going to be taken back, or whatever it is they do. You know, we're going to foreclose on you. You know, and the banks are a big bad guy. Nobody likes them. But it makes sense. I get it. You know, having run a product like this, Slab Away is a product. It's a service. Having run that service for a while now, I kind of get it. It's like, how can you be the owner of this item, benefiting from it, and I'm no longer benefiting from it, but you also aren't paying it off? Like, that's bad. That's pretty bad for the person making the loan. All right, here we are. So that's where all the bank rules came from. The realization, it's called the time value of money. Money has more value today than it does tomorrow. So getting paid right away is very important. And a loan allows you to own something without having to pay it off right away. So there has to be, I don't know, some kind of interest or fee involved with it to make sense of it. All right, so Ghost in the Shell. Where can I store this? I'm appreciating where all the rules came from. The rules just come from how money works. It's just how money works. All right, so let's put this in the Pokemon Korean box. That's what we're doing. And let's grab one. Oh, I needed to count the number of packs. That's what I needed to do. True, understandable. He's not a bank. That's correct. I'm not a real bank. I'm just a card shop, but I make a loan. Slab Away is actually a loan. So when you take this item and put it in Slab Away, you've created a $400 loan for yourself. You're borrowing My Misty's Goldeen for 6 months. No one else can touch it. And if it goes up in value, who captures that value, me or you? You capture the value. So if this goes from 400 to 600 in 6 months, you just earned $200 on maybe like a $20 Slab Away fee. That's pretty good. So it becomes a speculation machine, and there has to be some rules about how you pay it down. It does have to be paid halfway by 3 months. Okay, again, so like halfway for this one would be $200. If you've only paid $195 on the last day of 3 months, it will be canceled, okay? Just be aware of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did an update to Slabaway like a month or two ago because we were already experiencing that. Wait, I was preparing words in my head. Did we just count 20? Is that what we just did? Hold on, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, we did count 20. Okay. So it's hard to have two things running in your head at the same time, like a conversation about a financial deal and counting something basic like booster packs. It's hard to hold two numbers. Here we are. All right, so we'll put this over here. There's 20 of these Ghost in the Shells. We have a single box of them, okay? After that, no more. Now, let's see. Oops, no. Well, these are going to be pretty cheap from the look of it. Oh, not crazy cheap. I take it back. So they're $6. They're $6. That makes sense. Okay. Did you get CSMan order for my Slabaway payment? I saw CSMan's order. We're going to service that in a second here. So here we go. Specialty item, Ghost in the Shell. Let me add it to the menu real fast. Boop. I don't know if I'm going to add it to the website, okay? So it might just be a custom item on the website, or it could be like an item with no image, because we're not going to have it very long. So it doesn't need like, okay, under other card sets, this shall say Ghost in the Shell. And it's a Force of Will item. Force of Will, Ghost in the Shell. $6. All right. Yeah, we already updated the Slabaway rules just like 2 months ago because I was seeing it. I was seeing people put items into Slabaway that were doubling, tripling in price, and then they just weren't paying it off until like 1 day is left. And I don't want to be like some stinky kind of guy where that's, oh, I'm going to twist your arm over that. So, you know, for a lot of guys who did stuff like that, like for example, we had a video game that was being sold and it jumped in price significantly. And then the person who had it really just paid off the other half of it, like in the very last day. Oh no, I remember. That person didn't have it halfway paid off at the 3-month mark. It would have been canceled. But so there you go. You get items like that and other items as well. There were some really big ones. Like, I can't remember if the Kardos Gengar was late too. Kardos Gengar, I'm pretty sure was late. That guy got an insane deal on the Kardos Gengar. Well, it's got to be half paid. That's really important. And then I'm going to take that money and I'm going to go buy a new Kardos Gengar or something like that, right? Very important. It's a time value of money where you're getting a loan where you're not keeping up with it, and then I'm not able to reinvest that money, but you're still gaining the upside of the slab. So it's a bad business deal, basically. Okay, you ready? It's got to work for both of us. Why don't we add add new product? They tell me to get rid of the phonies. Kill the phonies. All right. Was that the guy who killed John Lennon says something like that? I can't remember. Force of Will, Ghost in the Shell. That guy was angry because, you know, John Lennon would talk a big deal about socialism and stuff like that and how everyone should take care of everyone. But then at the time, John Lennon was one of the wealthiest people in the entire world, and he wasn't exactly sharing his wealth, was he? It's very, very typical. I think they have a term for that. It's called champagne socialism. Some of the biggest advocates of socialism are people who are sitting on huge piles of wealth. They've got tons of millions and billions of dollars. They don't give any of their money up, but then they talk a big game about how everyone else should. Oh, well, everyone should do socialism. All right, so Ghost in the Shell. I don't have anything to say in the description for this item. We are adding it to the website for now, but I'm not going to make it fancy. It's probably going to be gone pretty soon. All right. No AC, mister. Wish you lived close. I'm an HVAC contractor and could take care of you. I think we're having somebody out on Tuesday. So Karis told me probably Tuesday. I slept out in the family room. I got terrible sleep because it's like, the sun was up and it was lighting the whole room up. So, you know, I didn't get to sleep in a dark room. And there was so much noise. It's very noisy from the family room. Karis was like making herself breakfast and waking me up. All right, we took a while getting started, but we are officially started. Now, who has the oldest order? Shahir, William Wafter? No, it's CS Man. All right, CS Man, let's go apply it. Over here to Slab Away. All right, so his Slab Away goes from 270 to 220. All right, very good. He's got yellow Venusaur. CS Man hardly needs Slab Away. That guy, he just pays his stuff off in like a week. He does great. All right, we want to see who has the oldest payment. Let's see. This one's only 16 minutes old. Shahir's is 21 minutes old. And this one is about the same. So William Wafter goes first, though. Slab Away payment, $25. Oh, well, there you go. So really easy order. William Wafter, you've got the Lick It Tongue. It goes down to 125. Very good, man. And then Mr. Shahir, he says he would like Prismatics. Wow, you are brave. Small prismatic order for my birthday. You feeling old? How old are you today, Mr. Shahir? Let's see, a lot of people in our stream are like in their 30s. We are all right. Wait, Mr.'s AC unit is broken? Yeah, it's roasted in here. I almost called off. Because I walked in the room and it's so like warm. It's gross, dude. I hate it. 24. Oh, you're not old at all. You're pretty young still. All right, here we are. Here we are. All right. Yeah, AC always goes out in the summer too. Isn't that funny? That's when it's most likely going to break. It's right in the middle of the heat wave. There we go. And one of these. Yeah, whatever we sell today, guys, probably going to help me pay for an AC repair. The worst case scenario, they come out and they say, oh, well, you're going to need a whole new unit. I don't know how much I believe that anymore. They don't make the parts for your unit anymore. Oh, you'll need a brand new one. Coincidentally, we sell them. Here's Houndoom. All right. Was CS-Man order $50? Yes. Yes, it was 50. I think CS-Man meant that for me. Oh, did you make a deal with CS-Man? Is that what's going on? Hold on, let me see. He doesn't say anything in his order, so he didn't leave a note. What's up, Cody and Alex chat? Alex says, yeah. Well, I apologize. I didn't know he did that. Here we are. So that's Espeon. I'll go ahead and apply it because I'm sure you have no reason to lie about something like that. It's too easy to check. Let's go ahead and grab this. Plus, you're Alex. You would never tell a lie. Let's see. Alex, Final Fantasy Facebook 1134. All right. So 1134. You got a really old one, Alex. This one's past a year due. I'll have to wait for a reply from CS-Man. All right, so I applied it, but we need to go back in and lower this one too. So this goes back to 270. There it goes. All right, so that's been corrected. Espeon, Houndoom, Jolteon, Vaporeon. One last chance. Come on. Always negotiate with your HVAC guy. They have wiggle room and always charge crazy prices for parts and repairs. The parts are not that expensive. Yeah, that's what Karis was saying. It would be like, they'll get like a part for $50 to $100 and then ask like $700 for the repair, you know, for like labor or whatever. It's kind of crazy. Houndoom. Mister, did you see my Discord message? It's not related to purchases. I did not. I like your little Umbreon. All right, let's grab your box. Houndoom, Umbreon, and Espeon. There we go. Very nice. Always negotiate with your HVAC guy. I don't know, man. We do want it to just get up and running too, though, because we can't have the card room be uncomfortable to work in. It's gonna make this stream worse. Let's see. I thought it would be nice to me if I had a special occasion, but it doesn't care. You mean the RNG? When they check my background for when I became a lead detective, they might check online background. No worries, it's not important. Oh, it's important. Let's see what he says. Okay, so he says, would you say that $250,000 in savings is good for a person who's reached 35? I think so. Now, it depends on how those... so I think if you looked up on Google or whatever AI, which is basically just Google, if you looked up what a good amount of money at that age is, it would say something like 100,000, I think, right? I think that's what it is. So I would say you're ahead of schedule. But also, if you just told me that was all in a 401k, you know, I'm not a fan of the 401k. I don't like them. Let me go ahead and zoom. And now it's all blurry, dude. Hold on. There we go. I am not a fan of the 401k. All right. When they check background for when you become a cop, they go back to your oldest babysitter law. Is the air conditioning plugged in? And if so, have you tried turning it on and off again? We have turned it on and off again. Yeah. If you have a severe freon leak, most things are fixable. All right. Yeah, give me all the advice because I don't want to get screwed by this, whoever's coming over. We're going to hit accept on that. Here's Mr. Brett. All right, so let's see. We're hitting refresh. Our dryer broke too. Oof, sorry to hear that. All right, CS Man is done. Gregory Pablo is next. 3 Abyssi, 1 Ascended Heroes. 3 of these. Ta-da! And 1 Ascended Heroes. Ascended Heroes. This set gives you a chance for a lot of cards. Good luck, Gregory. How do you feel about Roth IRAs? The same way. So Roth IRAs and 401ks, they lock your money up until you're like almost dead, which you'll still need money when you're dead. I don't like having the money locked up. The government tries to incentivize you to do that. Here it is. By giving you like tax advantages and all that stuff. But honestly, it's really freaking annoying. I feel like the idea that, oh, I'm getting this little tax benefit, but also you can't touch your money until realistically you might have died from a heart attack is, I don't know, it's almost sinister. It's great if you're a stock market, you know, a business that has like a stock market stock and you need to lock in a whole bunch of unwitting people's money forever. You know what I mean? So it's fantastic that regular working Americans pump the stock market. You virtually pump the stock market to make sure it appears to be very valuable. And then you're promising not to touch that money. Like you're not allowed to spend it. Like if you come across a good deal on an asset in your life, you're not allowed to buy that asset because you locked all your money away for a historical return of 7%, right? And I just find that it's, I don't know, it's silly to me. I don't like it. My cholesterol levels are normal, but I might die of something else. Just don't spend it on pokies. They will almost always try to get you to purchase a new AC unit for like 10K, but normally you can fix yours for a few hundred if they do it properly. Yeah. We had that happen at the other house. 2 companies came out. They both quoted like $10,000 to fix the AC unit. And I guess I agreed to it. I don't know if I got tricked there, but now, you know, now I'm like, you know, it's hard to not feel paranoid that maybe you got tricked. Here's Gregory with the G. So Gregory with the G, where are we storing the G's, huh? You're over here. I'm roasting, guys. It is way too hot in this room. Isn't the 401k free money though, mister? I know I'm a little behind. So the 401k is a topic we've spoken. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, take a second, smash the like button, and hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss any future streams, because we go live all the time. I have spoken multiple times about how I don't feel comfortable with the 401k. The 401k is a financial service where if you invest in the stock market, your company also gives you a little bit more, and the government tax defers it. So it's really attractive looking, right? You're like, ooh, free money. But it's free money that you're not allowed to use. That's great. What an amazing deal. Like, what if I told you I can give you a historical average return of 7% on your money, but I don't have to pay you back for 50 years? I'd take that deal, because I'm going to take that deal and I'm going to buy Pokemon cards or invest in my business or gamble on crypto or do pretty much anything with it, because 7% is such a horrible return. That's the truth. 7% is a return so low, you might as well just be buying almost bonds, which are going to be like 3.5%. Now, if the stock market does nothing but skyrocket because it's a giant bubble for the next 50 years, great. But what if everyone pulled their 401k money out at the same time? The whole thing would collapse, just like crypto does. So, you know, we talk about meme stocks and stuff like that. Well, when everyone's being given an incentive to put their money in the stock market, and now you're not allowed to touch it for 50 years, they're pumping it. And imagine the same rules with crypto. Let's say Daddy Trump came out and he said, if you buy Bitcoin, we will tax defer your income while you buy it. But under one rule, you're not allowed to sell Bitcoin for 50 years. What would happen to the price of Bitcoin? It would explode. It would explode as everybody under the sun buys it. So the price of the stock market's fake. The price of the stock market is based on this idea. Not that it's bad to own stocks, it's still a good idea, but it's fake. It's been pumped. It's been artificially inflated by cheap government loans and the 401k and other things. It's not real. And, you know, the return you get per stock can sometimes be pretty piss poor. You need millions of dollars in there to earn anything on that money. Meanwhile, I take $50 over here and turn it into $100 like that. So money can work much better for you in an actual business. The stock market is super inflated and it's in a bubble. Now, it's truly passive, but like imagine Pokemon cards. Daddy Trump comes out, he says, if you buy Pokemon cards, it's tax deferred and you're not allowed to sell any of them for 50 years. Same deal with Pokemon. What do you think the price of this Goldeen goes up to? 40,000? Maybe. Because now everyone's buying it. It's tax deferred. It's tax deferred. You got to buy a 401k Pokemon card. It's tax deferred. And your employer matches, by the way, too. It's tax deferred. So that's what would really happen. The price of whatever you subsidize is going to explode. So the stock market's in a bubble because of these stupid rules. The value of the stock market should be based off of what people want to pay for a stock, not off of some made-up government rules that say, well, it's good because they won't tax you on it, but also you're not allowed to touch it until you've reached an age where you might have already died from cancer or a heart attack, right? Because not everyone makes it to 75. Lindsey Graham didn't make it to 75. So, you know, if the rules for the, the 401k is you can't touch it till you're like 60 or whatever the number is, you might have already died by then. It's definitely a trap. It's like, here, your money's gone. You don't get to touch it. Other people are doing stuff with it. All right, let's see. So I have a question. Somebody's asking, can you extend your slab away? Most cheap slab aways can still be extended for like $25. If you have a sizable slab away, and sizable would be like $1,000, $1,500, it will cost 15% to have a year-long slab away, okay? So we're treating slab away a lot more like a financial product at this point, because, you know, if you have a card and it's, let's say it's $1,000 card, and you're paying $20 to hold on to it for 6 months, and then another $20 for 6 more months, it's like there's no interest on it. You just get a loan for almost free. So at this point, we have to start considering the entry fee for the slab away. For many cards, it's just going to be $20. You're going to pay it off real fast. It's not going to matter. But let's say you take a pretty sizable card like this one, this Blastoise, and you want to put it away for $20. Then you want to put it away for another $20 for a total of 1 year. I mean, by the end of the year, it might be a $3,000 card, or it might be like a $2,400 card. Certainly not worth the $40 fee. So that's the important concept here. So the change will be this Blastoise. If you want to put him away for a full year, it's going to be a 15%. It's going to be a 15% slab away fee on the full value of the card. Good question, by the way. You ready? So if you want to put this guy in a slab away for a full year, you'll pay $255 for the slab away fee. That'll be the slab away fee. So it's much more serious at that point. And we are treating these cards a lot more like, you know, you've just borrowed a vehicle from me, and guess what? That's not free to do that. You know, it's not free to do that. It's not free to borrow a home. It's not free to do any of those things. Those all have a value you're transferring ownership of the Blastoise into your name. So if he goes from 1,700 to 2,000, that's a $300 gain. And so, yeah, I can see why somebody might want to have that for 20 bucks. It's an extremely good deal. And we're looking at that going, all right, the market is crazy, crazy hot, and it's time to start treating Slabaway like a real financial service. All right, let's see. Isn't 401k free money? I'm a little behind. Hello, mister. Thinking what to get. I just think of my 401k as a 6% pay bump. If I need the money, I'll put it out. I'll still have made a profit. Well, you know, what you could have done is you could have just invested in stocks that wasn't tax deferred and your employer didn't match it. And then if you have like an emergency, you can just sell those stocks and pay for the emergency. If you're buying a new home and one that's particularly underpriced comes onto the market, you can just sell your stocks and go buy that home and gain the benefit of getting an underpriced home. This house I'm in was underpriced. It's $650. It should have been like $900,000. So it's like, you think that there's like a better risk reward analysis with the 401k, but what about the opportunities in life you miss out on because you've just taken your actual cash, your seed money, and you promised to lock it away for the government and for the corporations that benefit from the loan of your money, right? So, you know, by the time you actually get your loan back anyways, all that money you locked up in the stock market, who knows what it gets inflated to anyways, right? Because that's one of the problems with people living on retirement right now. They have sort of a fixed income, right? They're not earning cash anymore. They're just benefiting from returning cash and Social Security. Well, the government in a crunch, they can just print trillions of dollars, and then your little piddly check you get from the stock market and from the Social Security doesn't keep up with that. So they can print you out of the value of your stocks. They can print you out of the value of your dividends. They can print you out of the value of your Social Security. So they never have to, they never promise not to do that. So again, instead of buying an asset that you own today, you're locking up your money into the stock market with the promise that the government won't inflate the dollar to zero. Because what do you actually do with that money you get from the stock market? You buy real things with it: a home, food, a car, medicine. Those are real things that the government can't print. But a stock is just it's just a financial statement about the value of money. Well, the government can print a bunch of dollars, and then the dividends you're getting back from that stock doesn't keep up with the cost of living because the government can't print food, medicine, a home, and a car, and a gas. So there you have it. I feel like you're relying on the government not to inflate the dollar when you get older after you promise to lock your money away for 50 years. You're like, all right, these dividends are definitely going to pay for my retirement when I'm older, right? Yeah, maybe. Hopefully. How much do you trust the government with that? All right, here it is. Ki Hyun Ro. He says Japanese One Piece OP15. All right, you got it. A whole box of OP15. Let's go grab it. Look what we have to go through after they print almost entire World War II budget daily when COVID was here. Yeah, exactly. But you can take your money out. You can cancel your 401k, but there's like some really severe penalties for doing that. You're right. So, but they'll charge you a lot for canceling. I'm not saying it's the worst thing under the sun. I'm just saying the stock market's in a bubble. It has to be, because people are being told to buy it, and they're giving a tax subsidization to buy it. So it's fake money. It's free money. So the stock market's in a bubble. The government can outprint the value of your dividends and your Social Security, and you're missing out on buying real things at the age of 40, perhaps, right? You could have bought a better home or a good deal on a home at 40. You can time the market when you're allowed to use your own cash. You're not allowed to time the market if you promise to lock your money away. All right, so let's grab some One Piece. Here we are. It's roasting in here, man. It's so hot. Let's see. Grab this. I don't know much about 401ks because I have a small business, but I do have a Roth, and I know I can take any of the money I put in it out at any time. Pretty sure the Roth works the same way. With the Roth IRA, it's true, you can cancel it, but if you cancel it, there's going to be a fee because it's also a tax-deferred account. All right, you ready? Here we are. All right. There's really only one way to invest your money, in my opinion. You need to go invest it directly into a company. There it is. Like private equity, that kind of stuff. That's the way people get rich. They don't get rich buying the stock market. You know what the stock market does? The stock market maintains the money that you already have. Like when you go and buy the stock market and you get the historical 7% return, because there will be recessions, right? There'll be recessions, there'll be depressions. When you go buy the stock market and 1 year is 15%, you think it's great, and then 1 year there's a recession, it's really bad. You're just keeping up with everyone else. That's it. You're not actually building any wealth. Now, people who are uninvested, those guys are screwed. Those guys are in deep doo-doo. They've got nothing to actually invest at all. But, you know, people who have $1 million and they've got it all in the stock market, you're not building wealth. You're just keeping up with everyone else who has $1 million in the stock market. You're all just gaining at 7%. So when you go to buy a new home, which is the thing you do with money, you're just as wealthy as anyone else who had $1 million in the stock market. You didn't outpace them. If you want to outpace them, you have to start investing your capital. You actually have to start picking and choosing where to put it into the items that you think are going to double in price fastest, whether you think it's oil, technology, science and medicine, you know, whatever it is. But, you know, investing that money into private equity is a higher risk behavior, but it's also probably going to pay way more. And also investing that money into your own business, whether it's a small card shop or whether it's something more serious, maybe you're doing food catering, doesn't matter. When you invest that money into your business, it's probably giving you a return closer to like 25 to 30%. It beats the stock market so hard. You won't want to put $1 in the stock market because it makes no sense. Like, so over here, I didn't buy a Roth IRA. Look what I bought. I bought this. This thing just rocked the panties off the Roth IRA. I'd have been a fool to buy the Roth IRA rather than this. This went from whatever it is, 22,000 to maybe like 200,000 now. Roth IRA was never going to, this was life-changing money. This was life-changing money for me. Roth IRA was never going to do that. But it doesn't matter, that Charizard doesn't matter either. Just in general, I'm going to get more like a 25% return on my investment in this little business because businesses have a much higher payout. And you don't have to do cards. You could do like pizza. You could do a bagel company. You could do a cupcake company. You know, as long as your profit margin's at, you know, 25% or higher, when you invest money into your cupcake company, you're getting a 25% return. That beats the stock market handily. Unless you get really lucky, you happen to buy the one stock that explodes. But again, that's not something you control very well. You control your own company. Look at this. And your company might explode if you're good at it. But so that's about capital investment. And personally, I think with the government having these programs like the Roth IRA and the 401k, you've got a pumped stock market. It's like what I told you. If they created the same rules for Bitcoin, where you can buy it and it's tax deferred, but it gets locked up till you're 60, what would be the price of Bitcoin today? It would be outrageous. It'd be so high. It'd be $1 million already. So whatever the government does that to, it's going to get pumped. You know, everybody and their grandma is going to get a video on YouTube saying, you better max out your 401k. And then you got millions of workers maxing out their 401k wherever it is you work. And you don't think that has an effect on the price of the stocks? Yeah, it makes them too expensive. They're overpriced. They're overpriced because everyone's doing the same thing. And everyone's got their money locked up because they're all promising not to withdraw it. So all this money's locked up in the stock market. And so the bubble doesn't pop, but it is a bubble. All right, what we got? Because if people just had their cash and there was no special incentive to buy the stock market, people would use that money to buy things that mattered, like maybe a better home, or maybe Pokemon cards, or maybe like gold or something like that. So the fact that the stock market is so fake and pumped is something a lot of people aren't warned about when they max out their 401k. And it's like, even if it is a superior financial strategy, let's say it was, do you want to be 60 years old before you start spending? Like, when do you want to spend your money? Do you want to spend it when you're 60, or do you want to spend it when you're in your 30s? And it's like, there's a real argument for having fun in your 30s before you're wrinkled and your genitals don't work. All right, let's see what we got. So I'm not a fan of the 401k. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it creates a bubble, essentially. I think it's the government, the central controlled economy being puppeteered by a government that thinks it knows what's best to do with money. I don't know. Maybe we need Big Brother. Maybe the government has to get us to invest. Maybe the government has to pay for our retirement. Maybe the government has to pay for our education. Maybe the government has to pay for our healthcare. Maybe the government has to pay for everything, you know? And maybe if we just raise the tax rates to 50%, everything will be solved. The government, surely it never wastes or makes poor decisions financially, right? I hate it, dude. I hate it. It's so annoying. The government should not be allowed to set interest rates. The government should not be providing 401k or Roth IRA. And the government should not be taxing us over, like, let's say 10 or 15%. Everyone should just keep their money and spend it on the things that they think is a good investment. Here we are. Roki Hyun. Mister, how'd you get so sexy? I don't know. Always a delicate balance between living in the moment and preparing for the future. Right, because you have to make a bet on how long you're going to live and when you want to have fun. So obviously at 60, you still want to have fun. But, you know, and every dollar you spend in your 30s is seed money that could have been worth double or triple by the time you're 60. But at the same time, do you want to own nothing in your 30s? Do you want to just be like, nah, we live in a house made out of sticks, and we you know, use diapers and ramen noodles and you know what I mean? Like, what do you want to actually do in your lifetime? Because you have a finite amount of time to spend that money, which means caring about infinite growth in your retirement plan doesn't save you from the existential reality that you don't keep any of your money when you die. It's all gone. So, you know, you might have pumped the stock market like a good shareholder, but you didn't actually go and live. Maybe you want a better home. Maybe that's really valuable to you. I like, that one's a big one to me. I like better homes. Maybe you want to live where you want to live, right? Maybe you don't want to live in some armpit. So that might include having more money to move to the more desirable places. But lucky for you, you locked all your money away in a 401k until you're in your 60s, so that the government could claim that the stock market's growing. Oh, look at the GDP return, so that the gigantic corporations can lock your money up and use it to grow and expand. That's what they do with it. That's why they pay on it. That's the whole purpose of issuing stock, is to sell part of the company but receive an injection of money to then go reinvest. Hathim says 3 of the Dusty Browns. You got it, man. Hey, what's up, Hathim? Yeah, that's why they do that. Companies sell stock because they want to raise capital. Then they use that capital to pay you like a 7% historical return, but they're going to invest it, and the company's going to make like a 30 to 40% return, maybe more. So that's why they issue stock. They go, okay, well, we're going to do so much more with their money than they could ever do with their money. Are you ready? Let's see. All my money and Pokies are being buried with me, including my Dark Zard. You know, they used to do stuff like that. Some societies, didn't they kill the wife and bury her with the husband? Holy, better not marry a guy with a bad heart. If you want overnight growth, you aren't going to see that. Pokemon might, but Pokemon might see a crazy decrease. Yeah, I mean, there's always something in this world that's doubling in value faster than anything else. And for a while, that might have actually been Pokemon. And it will slow down. It's not possible for Pokemon to just be easy money forever. But, you know, at the time that I bought in, it was really obvious that, well, I don't know if it was obvious to everyone, but it was really obvious that the price of the value of Pokemon cards was too low. So it was obvious to me. Why do you think I was buying it? I felt it was too low. And that's the idea, is you sit down and study and practice and analyze something to death, and then you make a bet with your own capital. When you give all your money to the government decides where that capital should be invested. And they usually don't invest it at all. What they do is they raise their income. So the party votes to raise the income of the leaders. They raise their benefits. And then they siphon that money off to their friends and family through, like, you know, charity organizations or some bull crap like that. And then they take the rest of your money, they give it to people who don't want to work, and then they take the rest of that money and they buy a gigantic bomb, and then they blow up children in another country. So that's what the government does with most of your money, and it's very annoying. And the government presumably does some good things too, like, you know, help people with their health care. At least that's a noble use of the money, but I think, you know, ultimately that also creates a problem. When you tell healthcare, hey, we're just going to give you a bunch of free money, healthcare just raises their price. They say, oh, good, we're going to have an increase in demand, and there's guaranteed money behind it. So if you do that, if you subsidize healthcare without doing price caps, the price of the healthcare just explodes. Yeah, they go, oh, we're getting government money. Good, good, good. Guaranteed customers, you say? Oh, well, the price of this used to be 100. Now it's 200 because we have guaranteed income from the government. So you have to do price controls at that point. And that's what places like Germany do, where they're a single buyer. The government buys all the healthcare, so the government tries to negotiate the price of the healthcare down. All right, let's see what we've got. Mr. Thim, 2 more brown dust. Yes, sir. All right, so this requires a new box of brown dust to be opened. All right. This is Cardconomist Money Talks. We talk money a lot. We talk about financial ideas a lot. Understanding finance allows you to become wealthy quickly, guys. It allows you to place a bet on what happens next in the world. And that's one of the interesting things about finance and money is you begin to realize a lot of it is betting, you know. And a guy who runs a company and spends all of his capital on himself, he's betting on his own company. He's betting that he's going to provide a service and a product that will beat everybody else and that everyone will want to buy. It's unacceptable conditions. Unacceptable. There we go. Capital allocation. Oops. Yeah, over the years, I've realized 401k is kind of a joke. No different than if the government just handed out free money. Same with Roth IRA. Same thing as if the government just handed out free money. There is no such thing as free money, but there are bubbles. Are you ready? Ready for this snip? Oh, yeah. What a snip. Brown Dust, the Gentleman's card set. Look at this card, man. Oh, my God, bro. Okay. Can you also check my back for trades toward the trade slab? I'd love to. Let's take a look. Okay, you got Rainbow Rare there. Oh, man, I'm roasting. It's so hot in here. All right, don't tick me off. I'll explode. It's too hot in my room. I'll lose it. Seconds away from anger. Well, what do we have here? We got a pile of Chinese cards. Is that right? Some English, Chinese. I don't know how you feel about girl cards, like holographic girl cards. All right, so you get a chunk of hollows right there. I don't really want the holographic girl cards. I mean, again, these cards could probably go into something like the, place that there. Junk packs. Oh my, they look hungry for more. Let's put this in a bag. The Chinese cards, the problem with them is they come out of booster packs where there's pretty much only holographics anyways. So those are never that valuable. Plus they're Chinese. I don't know if everyone wants a Chinese Pokemon card. But you know, so there's going to be a million of those to grade. So their value, because of that concept, will be lower. Oh yeah, a lot of cool cards, man. Look at this. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? It's in Brown Dust. Oh no, that's not Brown Dust, is it? That's the other one. That's the GA Bunko, isn't it? Brown Dust is a totally different franchise. Okay, so here's a couple more, actually. Got some hollows back there. And then this is like, these are like mixed. Ready? So. Got it. That's Brown Star. That's right, Brown Star. Winking brown eye. There we go. What's wrong with us, man? This is a dirty crowd. We're a raunchy crowd for sure. Probably it's because of Tammy. She's crazy, man. She's like the ringleader of it all. All right, let's see. So you got this whole chunk of Pokemon hollows. Okay. Some Chinese, some English. English is good. What the hell? And here's some English. This looks like it's from Ascended Heroes, probably. All right, so after looking at it, I can offer you $5 for this pile and $5 for this pile. What do you think of them? Total of $10. Why am I catching strays? How's life going, Tammy? Any interesting news? What's going on in Tammy's life? Here we are. I like to know about updates in Tammy's life. Here we are. Okay. Hathim agrees to the trade. I thought you might, because I felt like it was kind of a generous one, considering the second pile was just a pile of Chinese cards anyways. let's jump over here to the trade break. We would get that trade break moving, don't we? Here it is. Ooh, Trico. 1, 2. You can buy into the Trico for $5, by the way, guys. So even though it's a long shot, you know, one $5 spot gives you a chance for $300 Trico. All right. Now we're going to jump over here. Here's the trade break. Good. And let's count this. I don't know how far along we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're at 39 exactly. All right, 39. Tammy isn't as wild as Mary. That's right, she's wilder. Tammy's off the hook. She's off the heezy. Thank you, Mr. Athim. What do we got going on now? Anyone else who wants to make a trade in the Trico break, speak up. Next up, we got Katie and Rust. He says $50 toward Wick. You got it, man. Let's go jump into this. Who would win, Gojo or Batman with prep time? Who's Gojo? I don't know who Gojo is, so I can't. I must be like a boomer or something. I don't know who Gojo is. All right, this guy will jump down to 9 honeys. There goes. Good. Let's jump over here. Let's jump into this. Boop. Oh no, who's Gojo? All right, let me look it up. Maybe I know who it is, I just didn't know his name. Let's see. Who is Gojo? Ready? Satoru Gojo, fan favorite from Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my god. I watched a couple episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. I couldn't get into it. It was just like, I don't know, it was too baka or something. We have a Mr. Ki-Hyun Ro order, but it didn't go through. Now, why is that, Mr. Ki-Hyun Ro? What's it doing on your side when it does that? I'm curious. All right, let's see. Let me hit refresh on this. PSA customer service, payout incoming. Clicking on this. I received a $3,600 payout on my Nido King. Computer. Pikachu breakthrough. Somebody's got a question for me for the Pikachu breakthrough. Did I already answer it? Let's see. Messages. Bank keep blocking me. Now, so, and that's like a security feature, right? Like the bank asks you, did you really mean to send this? Is that right? I guess try to use same product multiple times too many. Let's see. Would you consider a cheaper price? Last sold 740. If anything, I could raise this to 850 and that would still be reasonable. All right. There we are. Very nice. So that's another. This is a guy asked. There's 2 people who have now inquired about the XY breakthrough Pikachu. That is typically a sign that that item's going to sell. When you start getting people reaching out for you. Hey, look at this. So I have just been offered $500,000 for Gyarados, Charizard, and Mudkip together. These 3 guys. Wow. The guy who's making the offer, when you click on his Instagram page, his whole Instagram page is covered in gold stars. So I believe it's a real offer. I think it's a real offer. However, I don't know. I feel like I'd rather speculate on whether these items go up. Let me respond to him. So I'm going to respond to him. For team up, is it for sale? Probably not. Anytime Mr. Mike Side posts a video showing off cards in the Instagram, I get people who want to make an offer on it. Oh, I've been offered a restock on Weiss Brown Dust. That's good. One piece card game. Let me respond to this. Is this for the hold on, one piece product? And what exactly is it? Loose boosters? And what set is it? All right, let me respond to him. And then also the Weiss Brown Dust has been kind of popular. Let me see what that Weiss Brown Dust price comes out to, because it's this number by this plus this divided by 12 divided by, oh, hold on, wait a second, divided by 12 divided by 10. Oh, so he's offering Weiss Brown Dust to me, and we might be able to lower the price a little bit if I restock it. So my question for you guys, do you think it's worth it to restock Weiss Brown Dust? We currently have one open case that is sold through quite a bit, and then we have another case after that. Is it worth it to take on a third case at a lower price? Why are those cards stacked in front of the camera? Are those for sale? These are for sale. The ones I was showing off, those are just for the personal collection. Imagine I accepted that deal with the other guy for $500,000 on those gold stars. I think he would actually go through with that just based off of his Instagram page. And then I would pay a huge tax on that. It would change my federal income tax for the year. So I'd pay a gigantic tax on that. And then what would happen afterwards? So I'd probably be stuck with like $400,000 after it's done. I could use that to buy a fancy home somewhere. I know, it's kind of interesting. I do like my cards though. So it's like, tell him cash, mister. Yeah, but what am I going to do with $500,000 of cash? Put it in a vault in my home, I guess. But yeah, what am I going to do with that? Maybe I'll go to like a card show and buy a bunch of sealed product. That could work. But that's more like a trade almost at that point then, right? I just traded Pokemon for Pokemon. You can't buy a house with that. It's up there listed somewhere else. It's sort of. So you can go shopping in our Discord server. Let me show you. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm getting into our Discord server. Do you want an access to the Discord server? There's a link in the description. Here it is. So there it is. Discord. All right. And we're jumping over here. So here we are in the server. You can see there's some channels. Pricey slabs, 10s, 9s, and consignment as well. So all consignment right here. Ooh, this should be on the top. So you can see cards that other people own that they're consigning. Lots of cards, actually. And then up here, like the 10s. Tons of pictures here. A lot for sale. So it's no longer on the table, but you can still shop for it. Look how much there is. There's just tons of it. Just goes on and on. All these slabs are for sale. And Discord is roughly a way to go shopping for those. Do I list them on eBay? Occasionally I do. Really big ones get listed on eBay, and then they receive a little E next to their name. Actually, I was supposed to list this one last night, and the app was like breaking. All right, so we have Sergio L12. He says, I'll take a Trico spot. All right, you got it. One Trico spot. Trico's getting closer to the end. He's at 40 now, everyone. That means, what that means for the Trico trade break, there's 20 spots remaining. That's not a lot. 20 spots remain on the Trico trade break. It's at 40. It sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But when you have an item that's so desirable and it's $5 a spot, I mean, that's $100. It's basically nothing. That's like two $40 spots plus $20. So it's really not a lot left on Trico. He could go pretty fast if somebody decided, hey, give me 5 spots in there or something like that, you know? All right. Can you check my bag for trade spots? I think you're Eddie Mendoza, right? Let's see. Eddie Mendoza. Where are you? Here we are. So here's an Eddie Mendoza bag. Let's see. You got some hollows here. some, whatever these are called, classic collections. You probably don't want to trade those in. You got this little Ghastly. You got some Weiss Hollows. I could probably take these if you don't like Weiss Hollows. Here's a Charmander. So you certainly have enough in your bag to get a spot by trading in. The question is, what would you actually trade? Are these just bulk? These are just bulk. We must have been using that to pad your bag. These are some yellow borders. That's a yellow border. All right, so yeah, so you technically have enough in your bag to get a spot. It's just about what do you want to give up? Because some of these are actually worth a couple dollars now. I don't know about trading these in. I've got too many Charmanders and Ghastlys. You don't have, what I'm trying to tell is you don't have enough junk cards for a spot. Now you have to start trading in stuff that's valuable for $5. All right. Tell him cash, mister. Oh, I already read that. Yeah, okay, let me grab these, put these together. You know what's in your bag now. You can tell me what you might be interested in trading in. The Weiss Hollows don't add up to $5. All right, there we have it. Very good. Very good. Man, I'm so hot, dude. I hate it in here right now. It's terrible. Let's see what's next. It's Monday daytime, and we started late. Let's price up a couple slabs while we wait for some new orders to arrive. You ready? New orders, or new slabs, everybody. It's Monday, and it's July, the middle of summer. We're waiting for new sets to arrive. We just got Crimson Invasion restocked, so you can open a pack of Crimson Invasion right now and try for the Chibi Pikachu Gengar for $32. You can also join our break on that Crimson Invasion. It's cheaper. The break is only $30. So join our Crimson Invasion box break for a chance for the Pikachu, a chance for the Gengar, and really just for some fun opening up a whole box of Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion, a set that's now like 10 years old or whatever it is. Is it 11 years old? Here's Gloom. How about OB12 Japanese? I don't know. How about it? I don't know if I have it. Executor, Rapidash, Start Battle Denji. Start Battle Denji. All right. Mister, you don't have a, it's very dry in the room. It's not humid. It's a dry heat, okay? So it's very dry in here, but it is hot. It feels like it's probably about 85 degrees. It's roasting. Maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe it's more like 80 degrees. But for me, that's roasting. All right, this is going to be 80 bucks. Start of the Battle Denji. Here's Rapidash Red. If you're a Rapidash fan, this is pretty much the best Rapidash poker card there is. It's got Charizard on the back, and it's 1996. Any Oddish for sale? There is an Oddish. I was thinking of saving it for next year for $420. What do you think? Rapidash, poker, comma, oops, playing. All right. Cheapest one. Let's find out. Here's Yellow Deck. There's the red version for $500. So someone has one listed on eBay for $500. I think that price is way too high. We're going to go with $375. So we have the better price. We beat eBay. Our price is better. Here's Executor. Executor 9. Let's get this Venomoth done first. Mr. Smokes the Grass. I've tried it. It's not my thing. We are. I think Pokemon cards are my thing. I get my good feelings from Pokemon cards. I really do. All right, ready? So the cheapest Venomoth, for whatever reason, is like $900. Watch this. Look at this Venomoth. Look, green version Venomoth, $900. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. How did that happen? Does somebody buy all the Venomoths and then relist them for 1,000? I mean, that's just too high. It's just too high. No one's going to pay that. Yeah, I don't agree with these pricings. That doesn't make any sense to me. We'll price up our own Venomoth with blackjack and hookers. I still have to track down that last $420, 420 oddish, 420 here. Okay, so we're gonna say $375. So we have our own price. That eBay price it's never gonna sell for that much. I think what that proves to you though, somebody bought them all and they're probably showing them off. So that's what's really going on. Somebody bought all those Venomoths and they're saying, ha ha, nah, 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 I've got all the Venomoths. Some Venomoth fan bought them all and they're proving to you that they can buy them all and hold them. And but we have a way more reasonable price. Our price is more consistent with other, you know, red deck cards of its type, of its nature. Let's get this Gloom priced up. Cute Gloom. So somebody's out there in the poker market buying every, well, okay, so we have the same thing happening with Gloom. Check this out. That doesn't make any sense. No way. So for the Gloom, I'm going with $300. So we just make up our own price, totally made up, just based off of my gut. And then Executor, you ready? No one's paying $1,000 for an ugly looking Gloom, man. It's just not going to be a thing. That Gloom has that pattern in the background. The red deck and the green deck have that. But you never know. Maybe people prefer that, you know, because it's the red deck. There's only one Executor for sale, and it's not from the red deck. Let me check. It's from silver, so it's a completely different artwork. Let me check sold, maybe. All right, I don't really know what to price this guy at. There's no good price guide here. He's going to be $60 as a 9. Very cute. He is kind of cool looking, isn't he? Old Executor. Reminds me, look at this. We got Rapidash, Executor, Venomoth, and Gloom. Kind of makes me think of Pokemon Jungle. Wasn't Rapidash in Jungle? I'm trying to remember. Was it? Actually, I don't remember. Maybe Rapidash was base set. Oops, what the hell is my phone breaking? Jungle, Rapidash. Maybe it was Fossil, actually. Oh, no, it was Jungle. I got it right. Wow. Wow, that was good. Good memory. Rapidash was Jungle set. Venomoth King, that's right. All right, guys. Today we have a new set on the menu, and it's just an experimental set, okay? It's just a bit of an odd one. Let me show you. It's back here somewhere. Nobody opened it. I want to see what they look like. I was hoping somebody would open a pack. So this is Ghost in the Shell. We only have one booster box of it. In other words, we have 20 packs. This is printed by the company Force of Will. PSA grades Force of Will. How do I know this? Because we've sent cards off from Force of Will and had them returned. So it's not a set we carry normally, but Force of Will is, we can look it up on eBay if you wish. Hold on, let me show you. So Force of Will is gradable. And this one's Ghost of the Shell. You ready? So actually, let's look for Ghost of the Shell. That'd be really interesting. Force of Will Ghost. I don't really know what the top pull is. Ghost. Is it Ghost in the Shell? In the Shell. All right. Oh, here's one of the cards you might pull, though. Check this out. So that might be an example of what you might find in there. But so there's no PSA cards of exactly Ghost of the Shell. Let's just look up Force of Will. Here we are. So here's a Force of Will card right here. 2014 Force of Will, 2 tires, Cheshire Cat, graded by PSA. He wants $290 for it. All right, so there's an example of a Force of Will graded card by PSA. So PSA does grade these. Here we are, Mr. William Wafter. He'll take a Force of Will pack. He's going to do a little experiment here. Here we are. Thanks for that. My package showed up today. I have a complete Playboy set now. There we go. Let's pop this out. All right, I've never seen these before. I've never watched Ghost in the Shell either. Black Hawk, Spider type drone, Roundhouse Kick, Section 9 headquarters. You got the Waifu, Batu, the Ranger. Ooh, wow. What the hell? Well, look at the back of these cards. Oh, hold on. It fell nice and flat. Let's just pick them back up. All right, we're gentle with them, okay? We're gentle. We only barely drop them. Wow, look at the back of these cards. Have you guys seen this before? So I've seen this before. I actually think we TheCardconomist graded a couple of these too. This is Force of Will. Look at the centering on this, by the way. The centering is exceptionally good. So this box may be a really good box, or maybe Force of Will just prints really well. Kind of like, no print lines either. So whatever you pull out of here might have a pretty solid chance at a 10, everybody. I don't see any print lines, and I don't see any off-centering. But that's pretty neat, huh? Cool. So now we know a little more about Force of Will, and we know a little more about Ghost of the Past. Ghost in the Shell. I'm confusing it with Yu-Gi-Oh! All right. Mr. William, let's grab your bag. Mr. William. Ah, yes, the industrious William Wafter. Let me move this. Here's a Winston. Such a noble name, Winston. Ooh. Does all the cards have that design on the back? Do all the cards have that design on the back? Yeah, they all do. They all do. It's reminding me a little bit of like Final Fantasy. They have like a premium. People don't open enough of that, by the way. They don't open enough of the Final Fantasies, but Final Fantasies have a premium feeling to them. If you've never owned any Final Fantasy cards, they do. But here it is, see? Great. It's textured too. That's a texturing. All right, nice. So they work really hard making their cards look nice. Good deal. So that's new today. We have Joey Albrecht taking 5 spots on the Trico. Do I have anything in my bag for a Trico spot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might. Okay. We'll say Joey Albrecht. Albrecht. Oops. Spelled that B wrong. Drew it wrong. You know, if I did my handwriting really small, it would use these markers slower, and it would potentially reduce my marker fees over time. See, I'm thinking like a person who's got no money. It's like penny pinching. Like, draw the names really small, and I'll use less ink. Like, who cares? It's like a 10-cent marker. Get 5 of these. No, but the markers do cost money. I have to buy them every now and then. A whole box of them is like, oh, geez, dude. Okay, so the trade break just moved by 5. I think I mentioned that. I said we're not that far away from the trade break doing something like that because it's not a lot of money. So now there are 15 spots left on the Trico. He could end today. Does all the cards have that design on the back? All right, so you've got Venom. I mean, I don't know what he's worth. He's kind of cool. These aren't valuable enough. I mean, I'm a Venom fan, but how many spots would you want for the Venom? That's about it. That's all I can offer you. Something with the Venom. Ugh. You're lucky I'm a Venom. That's all I got. That's all I found. What, is it supposed to be more? Let's see. Joey Albrecht. Joseph Joya, Joshua Rose, Josh Perea, Josh Pullings. That appears to be all that you have. I have store credit. Can I use it on a spot in the Trico break? Yes. Joshua Ramos, Joseph Vargas, Valenti. Okay. All right. Here, let me try this. Here's a Joseph box up here. Jonathan. The whole box is just Jonathan. Let's try this overflow box over here. Were you expecting there to be more? Jonas. Here's a JX box, but I already know it's just one guy in the JX box. Yeah, that appears to be your bag. I'm still no AC. Yeah, they're coming in Tuesday. So Tuesday. I'm excited for Lugia 30th anniversary collection. Oh yeah, I got that guy. I actually own that guy. Let me show you. That is very nice. Look at that Lugia. It's Lugia. That's the original version of the card. Isn't that cool? All right. Let's see. Maybe I've been ordering nothing but slabs. You probably have. That's probably right. Cody Hodges, he wants to use his store credit for a spot in the Trico break at this point. Okay, so Cody, you have $20 for your birthday. That leaves you with $15. Sheesh, I really want that card back. The Trico? You can buy into the Trico for $5. Your odds of pulling him are 1 in 60. Your odds are very low. So if you take a shot at him, what you're buying for $5 is an energy card with your name on it. That's what you're buying. Somebody's going to pull it. We don't know who, but the odds are quite low. Your chances are not good. Some people, like Joey Albrecht, are going to have multiple spots in there, so his odds are a bit better. But even 5 spots, it's going to be 1 in like 12 or something. So still kind of rough. But somebody will pull it. We'll see who it is. This will say 46 remaining. How's Lake of the Ozarks? I don't know if I want to live here anymore. I'm on the, I can't decide. Like, it's way more fun if you own a boat and a Sea-Doo. And then the summertime's really cool and the wintertime's terrible still. And they're building an amusement park, and they're building a big outlet mall with like Bass Pro Shop and presumably a couple restaurants. And a new sushi restaurant just opened. We're getting a new Italian restaurant. We're getting an Aldi's. So it's developing out here, but it's like, it's really boring in the winter. And if you don't own a boat, it's really boring. And there's a lot of ticks, and it's just super underdeveloped. So I've lived the quote-unquote lake life for a couple of years. I kind of miss being near the city. I miss being near, so for example, we have to drive a while to get to the IVF. There's no airport. Like, we can't just fly. We have to drive like 3 hours to the airport. It sucks. I mean, there's a closer airport, but it costs more, a lot more, like a couple $100 more to go somewhere. So it's like, and that airport's like an hour and a half. So yeah, it's isolated, and it's boring, and there's not as much to do. There's not as many places to go walking. Do you miss walkable areas? You're going to love Lake of the Ozarks because they got like 2 places you can walk. And after you've walked it like 1,000 times, your brain starts to melt a little bit. You need some diversity in your environment. And yeah, so I don't know. I might move. I might sell all the lake houses and move. Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina, maybe even Texas. I don't know. Probably not. But Karis jokes about going to California a lot. She kind of wants to go there. And it's really expensive over there. And it would be a terrible tax situation for me if we moved over there. Really terrible. So, yeah, we haven't made up our mind. But I'm leaning towards South Carolina personally. South Carolina looks pretty good. It's basically like Missouri, but it's going to have like an ocean. So it's a small upgrade. But they'll also have an airport. So that's a big upgrade. All right, we have an order on the website. Let's see what it is. It's a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't know who placed it because there's no name. All right, you ready? I'll start putting it together. I don't know whose order this is, though. It might be Justin Kim, maybe? This looks like a Justin Kim order almost. Sneaker Bunko Volume 2. Fuji Bunko Volume 2, First Edition. It's Mr. Is it you, Jeff? Is this you? Fuji Bunko. Where's Fuji Bunko? I think it might be this one. So here's a Fuji 2. English edition. Probably this one then. Weiss Nikkei. All right, I like it. Okay, Weiss Nikkei. Where's my Weiss? There it is. This is it, right? Yes, you want the promo? Of course you want the promo. There's the promo. Weiss Nikkei. Chainsaw Man. Oh, lovely. We don't open enough of this Chainsaw Man, I swear to God. Take a look into Chainsaw Man, guys. We lowered the price. It's even more attractive than it used to be. Chainsaw Man English is real cheap now. I've got too much of it, and I kind of just want to let it go. Chainsaw Man. Gushing Over Magical Girls. The Magical Girls set. I thought we sold out of that set. I thought we sold out of Gushing Over Magical Girls. Let me look up what the booster pack looks like. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, come on, man. Don't do that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're sold out of that. Maybe we did not remove it from the website, but I'll have to check the other room, okay? Now we've got a Brown Dust pack. Okay, Brown Dust doing extremely well. You're going to get this promo from the Brown Dust too. You ready? So double promos for you. Promos are good. Sometimes they sell for a lot. G.A. Bunko. All right, G.A. Bunko's the new one. Also kind of pricey. Azure Lane Volume 2. I think it's this. I think I ought to start titling every one of these bags. Azure Lane Volume 1. Now, that one's a little pricier, isn't it? Let's see. Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. Ah, here's the Gushing Over Magical Girls. It was not sold out. Aha. Okay, so that's been figured out. Ow, I think I gave myself a paper cut. Crazy. How are paper cuts like the most minuscule kind of cut you can get, and yet they're the most irritating? Like, Jesus, just leave a gash instead, please. Scrape my hand or something. Not a paper cut. They're the worst. Okay, so that's Azure Lane Volume 1. Japanese Azure Lane Volume 2. So I probably kept them in separate boxes to make this easier on myself. Okay. Just testing my knowledge of my own booster packs. That should be the Japanese one. All right, Dreamlike Oceans. Here's Dreamlike Oceans. Tears of the Planet. Where are we keeping Tears of the Planet? Now, that's a light blue card set. Is this it? Tears of the Planet. It looks like it was the last pack. So the next pack may be a fresh box. Yeah, next pack's a fresh box. And Legacy Collection. Oh, I'm loving this order. How's Legacy Collection doing? Is it going up? Is it going down? We need to investigate Legacy Collection in case it needs to be lowered or raised, but maybe lowered. I don't know what we're selling it at anymore. So there it is. I guess we're selling it at $9 a pack. All right. It was a premium box. That's why I remember you had to pay a big fee to acquire it. So this is Jeff. He's got a big mixed order. Here we go. Paper cut. Ouch. That red spot's where I got hit. I got hit right there. Guess I got scratched. No paper cut. Has Chainsaw Man gone cheaper? No, Union Arena Chainsaw Man's the same. English first edition Weiss Schwarz Chainsaw Man. I have significantly reduced the price over time. So I paid a lot for it, and I'm willing to just sell it very cheaply. I'm ready to kind of clear out a lot of old sets. Like you saw me doing a break on the Pixar box. We're doing a break on Disney Blau. So there's some old sets that we've had on the menu for years, and I'm just ready for those to move on at this point. Let me show you. So you can jump into a gym break right now for this guy. This is Weiss Schwarz Disney Blau. $20 to get in there. Doesn't cost much. $40 for the whole box if you just want to open a box. But we're turning those into breaks, like the Card Wars was a break, and now we're doing My Little Pony. Oh, I don't know if you guys knew that, but this has 2 spots left in it. That's My Little Pony, one whole box. My Little Pony, $40. You could buy a spot for someone else as a joke, and then they're stuck with all the ponies. Here's, wow, look at this guy pulling the chase card in one shot. Oh, I know you're having a good day now. He paid $6 to pull the chase cloud card out. Wow. And look how nice it looks. So if I had to bet, this card is probably like $200 to $300 if it grades PSA 10. You just paid off probably your whole order with one card. All right. You guys don't open enough of the Final Fantasy. You really don't. We carry a lot of Final Fantasy cards. The latest set is this one right here, Dreamlike Oceans. You're trying to get a signature of this card right here, okay? This, yes. Wow, I've been buying them to get that card, and he gets it on the first try. Pretty wild, huh? Pretty, and it might have been our last pack of it. I don't know if we have any more booster boxes of Tears of the Planet. But if you recall, I mentioned he just got the last pack in the holding box over there. So either A, we're sold out of it, or B, I have to get a fresh box of it, one or the other. All right, this is Nikkei. Are you ready? So Nikkei gives you a holo. That's a pretty good round. Oh, okay, you get a stamp card from Fujimi Bunko Volume 2, and it's God-Killing Hero Takahashi. Okay, so that's a signature stamp or something like that. Pretty cool. Not bad. You gotta be kidding! Wow, this is a crazy round now. Jeff, you waited too long to do this. You should have done this last time, apparently. Oh my gosh. Think about how close you were to somebody else scooping these up, man. Because, you know, nobody really bought these products over the last couple of days. SEC, and this is that one set. She's the wizard that does the explosive shots. What is her name again? I know this is the one everyone wants. This is a Sarah type around. Yeah, first you pull Cloud, and then you pull a signature, and then you pull this SEC card. He got this in a couple of packs, like 5 packs, basically. Wow. Megumin, that's right. Megumin, however you say it. Wow, the SEC Megumin. And that came out of what? Sneaker Bunko? Wow, crazy, man. All right, so, but, you know, we carry good product, and I'm really glad that you're pulling that. So let's see what else is in the rest of these packs. Yeah, you know, we used to sell more Weiss product. I think it's kind of died down a bit because of the excitement for Pokemon. Pokemon's seeing these huge number increases, so you see people abandoning Weiss Schwartz a little bit to open more Pokemon and put more money toward Pokemon. But, you know, we still got cool pulls over here, too. Look at this little demon girl. All right, this is GA Bunko. You got a girl in a wet outfit with her boobies out. Brown Dust. Here's a Hollows. Chainsaw Man. Cloud is $225 raw, says Miss Tammy. You know, the Chainsaw Man, I mean, all these products have been sitting there this whole time. Anyone could have ordered them. Just been waiting for a buyer, so he's lucking out today. And, you know, he's not pulling a hit from every one of these packs, so maybe a big hit in some of those other sets as well. But that's going to be pretty hard to pull, the SEC right there. I don't know how hard the Cloud is to pull. He might be a little difficult, but, you know, in theory, he could be in the next box. But this card's not going to be in the next case. So this is really rare. This one right here. Oh, I should put it in a top loader for you. This one's really hard to pull. I know that. So he's, whatever this card's worth, it's probably a couple hundred as well. Cloud is 710. You hear that, guys? So this is a very desirable Cloud. All right. So Jeff's jumping up and down. Let's see what else we got, Mr. Jeff. We got the Squirrel Girl. All right, Squirrel Girl. Yeah, that's definitely have to be a clip, huh? Look at this Tentacle Girl. It's actually lifting her breast up. That's pretty sexual. You know, you don't think about it until you really stop and look, and you're like, she's getting touched by the tentacle. It's not just doing like a breast cancer check, is it? Okay, this is called Gushing Over Magical Girls. It's in the menu. And it's really just a pretty lewd, I don't know, like anime set. That's all it is. There it is. All right, very good. On TCG, 225 is the cheapest. All right, very nice. We could host a break on a Cloud like that. Now, I'm going to put that there. Mr. Jeff, what a great turn for you today. Japan has a tentacle thing going on, do they? Jeff, this is a clip for sure. These two pulls together, the Cloud and the Megumin. You could do a little research on the price, put it on screen or something like that. I don't know, whatever you think it's going to make it pop. Put that there. Mr. Jeffy Weffy, where's your bag? Jeff sometimes has a lot of cold rounds too, you know, so you got to take the cold rounds with the hot rounds. So we're happy to see that, man. You guys, what is this? Pollock Nick. Oh, yeah, this was a suspicious order. But I don't know if I was just being paranoid or not. Might have just been paranoid. After the one dude did the $12,000. Jeff, I don't know if you were here for that. There's a guy who ran a $12,000 order, and it's all going to be a chargeback because it was stolen credit cards. Can you believe it? So I'm going to be hit with $12,000 chargeback. Now, the good news is he left all the cards here with me. He tried to ship them out, but he failed. We had to increase security on the website. And, yeah, it's got me all paranoid. All right. So, that was a $113 order. I guarantee you he's walking away with maybe like, I don't know, maybe like $800 in value after grading. So, I mean, I think he got a signature from Fujibunko, but he also got the SEC Plus or whatever it's called, and he got that pretty fantastic looking Cloud. Have you looked at any of the cards, mister? No, I haven't really looked at it. I also have not filed that police report. I've been extremely busy. I know that sounds silly, but it's like, it's as crazy as it sounds. I have more important things to do. And we are. I wish I had an assistant who could file it for me. I was working on the BGS submission last night, and I didn't even get it done. I didn't get the BGS. I worked on it all yesterday. I didn't even get it done. Like 8 hours of work. And I was also canceling and relisting slabs in my PSA vault. And it's like, okay, so I don't know if I'm even going to recoup the money from the thief, the credit card thief, right? So with that, it's not even guaranteed that we get our money back. It would be good to file the police report so that that person can potentially get in trouble if they could even find him, because who knows, he might be using a VPN, fake address, fake name. But presumably he was real and wanted these cards to be shipped to that address. But I'm betting the person at that address is some kind of reshipper. But, you know, the police should investigate that. And then, so anyways, so we got to file the police report on that. And yet I was sitting there on Sunday and, you know, I've got like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of PSA slabs in my PSA vault. And I can't have them not be listed, and I can't have them be underpriced either. Because it's like, this is a maybe I'll recoup my value situation with the police report event. Whereas the BGS submission, I have to have that. That's late and it's actually valuable. And then I have to get I want to get those slabs relisted at a higher price, or just, you know, reevaluate their price after 3 months of having them listed. So yeah, it's, I need an assistant. Man, I need an assistant. I wish I could hire Alexis to do it. I think it would be a conflict of interest. Maybe I'll have a Karis do it if she wants to do it. Have you looked at any of the cards? Why'd you show the back of those cards? How many cards are you submitting that it looks that it took 8 hours? Well, it's not like I'm submitting 5 cards. I'm trying to do a submission of my own, right? So I try to put my own cards in with it. And as it turns out, it's really hard to find cards worthy to send to BGS. And so, you know, you don't want to send any card at BGS that's going to turn into a 9.5, because 9.5s are terrible. They don't sell. Well, they do, but they sell slower. They sell at a discount. You know, you don't get your money back on them. You got to get pristine, that means. So, okay, so now I'm sifting through cards for genuine pristines. It's hard, man. It's hard. So much of it looks like it won't grade pristine. So it's difficult. Thai Message Parlor can assist. Are the Japanese and Korean pack pulled randomly from fresh or mixed seal boxes? Do you continue selling packs from the same box after the hit has already been pulled? That's a great question, Mr. Reed Morin. I'll just be honest with you. So the way we do it, we just pull from the same box typically, and then we get a new box. So, you know, if you stick around long enough, you'll just figure that out on your own. So I might as well just say it. But yeah, so we don't like take 10 boxes and shuffle all the packs together from 10 boxes and then, okay, one person's pulled an SI. Your question is basically a searching question. You're trying to determine if the boxes can be sniped, or if they're unsnipeable or something like that. Here's the deal, Mr. Reed. Even if we did take, let's say we took 3 booster boxes and we mixed them all up, well, then you're just counting 3 SIRs, or SRs or whatever it is. So, you know, we've done that before in the past, and we could do it again in the future for, you know, if there's a particular set that might work that way. But here's one of the things I've learned over time. We stream so many hours and so much, you really will not be able to easily track sets. Like, how did Jeff Leon just pull that amazing Cloud and that amazing SEC card? Well, because no one was counting them, because you can't really keep up with me. You're not going to join every one of my streams. I stream twice a day, and we get 5 to 6 hours a day, sometimes more than 6 hours. You're not going to keep up with me. You're not going to be in this stream 6 hours a day, making sure no one else orders that particular Final Fantasy set. You're just not going to keep up. So when you come in this stream, it will be hard to know if within, you know, the last 2 days, if anyone else ordered, let's say like Abyssai, for example. You don't know if anyone else ordered it. Maybe we're on a new box. So that's kind of how it's been working, and it works pretty well that way. And again, I find that mixing the packs is not going to have a big effect. That's why we don't do that. All right, so here we are. Yeah, you won't keep up. You can try. No one in this stream, not even a single person, has truly ever been able to keep up with me, because we stream so much. You'll never know if unless you go through all the streams. You got to listen to me yap, talking about tax this and taxes that and socialism is bad. You got to listen to 3 hours of that just to make sure nobody ordered more packs of Abyssai, so that you know where you're at in the Abyssai box. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do that. No one does. Here's Andrew Martin. 1 Destined Rivals box spot and 2 trade spots. You got it. All right, Destined Rivals. Yeah, no one does that. I don't know a single customer that does that. The closest thing is maybe Mr. Hathim. Sometimes after a stream, he'll come in and make a purchase that looks almost like he knew how many spots were left, but he'll do that for like one set. And he likes to buy a variety of cards, not just Pokemon. Let's see, he likes to buy like girl cards and stuff like that. He'll buy MetaZoo. I like Mr. Hathim. He opens MetaZoo. It's really funny. That's a sign of a true card collecting degenerate right there. Somebody who'll open anything. All right, let's see what we got. So we got the Pokebox. I am the only card counter here. I used to keep up with the live customs till Mr. nuked them. Yeah, the live customs are randomly shuffled now. A lot of people did, because the live customs were like an easy snipeable product, and that was exactly why we went into a shuffle method for them, and it's been a huge success. People love the live customs. We sell so many of them now. Train an AI to listen to the videos and make a note of when pulls will heat up. You could try that. I don't know if it would work. 2 trade spots. I mean, what if the AI misses something? What if I don't say the right thing to trigger it? Like, let's say we pulled Charizard, but it turns out we pulled the English Charizard, not the Japanese or not the Korean one, right? So what if it doesn't give you enough information to be confident? Because then you come in thinking you're going to snipe, or, you know what I mean? Or you start having a bias toward a set. You think it's cold, but it turns out it's hot. There we go. So I don't know if that would even work. There's only one method that works, and that is to watch every stream. You have to watch every single minute of every stream, because so much happens in a 30-minute span. You know, things can change. A product can change dramatically, and finding all. And I know this because sometimes we have to sift through the content in order to verify a purchase. You know, like maybe somebody thinks their packs weren't opened. You know how hard it is to find their orders, like finding a needle in a haystack. That's how it feels when you go looking. So, you know, we need moderators to help just with that. Okay, that was 2 more spots in the trade break. Trade breaks going off, guys, is at 48 out of 60. That's 12 remaining. You don't understand. That's only $60. That's nothing. So there's $60 left on this guy. He's almost done. Did you submit any pokers to BGS aiming for black labels? So, yes, we're going to be submitting some poker black, Pokemon Black poker. And then I haven't decided whether to send a more expensive poker deck to them, but I probably should, you know, like, I should be taking a shot with all those Charizards we grade, right? Like, imagine one of those Charizards is black label worthy. Man, I wish I'd done that the whole time. It's tough, man, because they're going to grade them all 9.5, and then they're going to need to get regraded. All right. I sent in another jumbo custom pack. Sounds good, man. So here's Ivan Rodriguez. He says, the 3 $60 poker PSA 9 slabs. All right, you got it. We got 3 PSA 9 slabs, all at $60. And it might be a pretty good deal, because when you look these up, they cost way more online. And our price is only $60. So you might be getting a deal here. I just don't think they're going to sell at those really high prices on eBay. I think the eBay's got the price too high. I went with 60 because I think it's a lot more reasonable. Oh, this one's $300. The gym leaders, you guys ever thought about owning this one? Look at that. Gym leaders. Bummer that this one didn't get a 10, huh? All the other ones got a 10. How did this one miss? I'm going to crack it and regrade it. You know, if this regrades into a 10, that's a lot of money. Let's see. So this, no, that's 100. All right. Oh, it's going to be this coughing, isn't it? Oh, yeah, coughing. Look them over, okay, Ivan? I haven't actually looked them over. If they look too clean, you might crack them. Crack-a-lack them. Oh, 2 of them are yellow deck. Ah, those yellow decks really disappointed. May I see what other Gundam slabs or raw cards you have? Well, you know, we have a last box of Gundam for sale. We used to have a whole case of it. And, you know, if we have an audience that loves Gundam, we can get more modern Gundam cards. Now, I have a stockpile of Cardos Gundam. And it's put away like the poker cards are put away. And my goal is to grade a couple Gundam cards here and there, and that's it. And that'll be it for the rest of my life. That's my retirement plan. No 401k here. Well, Karis has a 401k. Here we go. No 401k for me, though. There we go. So when Karis divorces me and takes half of my cards and the kids, you know, my retirement plan will be grading a couple Gundam cards. You want to see a picture of it? I'll send you a picture of it. Here, let me go in the other room. Maybe get some air conditioning on me. Oh, Alexis is here. All right, I have to get the shipping ready for Alexis. Give me a second here, guys. I didn't anticipate her coming here. I just checked my text messages. Give me a second. I got to get her this label. Not a lot of shipping for her today, actually. She just texted me. Awaiting shipping. Print shipping label. We didn't find any results. I didn't print the label yet, did I? What is going on? Orders to ship. Okay, we're clicking on that. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so somebody bought 2 boxes of this Bandai Union Arena My Hero Academia. So I've been selling some products on eBay. I sold a box of Hello Kitty on eBay. I sold a box of My Little Pony on eBay. And this Union Arena is selling on eBay as well. Okay, here we are. This guy's name is William Ham. What a strange name. Gundam isn't on the menu if you have it for sale. Here it is. So basically, because I don't have any more sealed boxes of it, I took it down. It's right here. So this is kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity 2s. We don't have enough of it, and I don't want anyone to order a whole box. All right, so this is going to say 2-box Union Arena. I have to get this to Miss Alexis. She's probably in the family room talking to Karis. They're probably chatting it up over there. All right, I'll be back. Ooh, there's a lot to carry, actually. Here, maybe I can use this. All right, I'm back. I didn't see her. Maybe she's still in her car. Let me text her, okay? Let me tell her the shipping's ready. Whew. Shipping is at the top of the stairs. You know what? I realized the door might be locked too. I'm so stupid. I was just out there. There we have it. All right, she's set up. The door was locked. We had to unlock it for her. Now, I took a picture of the Cardos Gundams. Are you ready? Let's post it. I'll post it in the mic side chat, okay? Now check this out. Oh, hold on, wait a second. All right. Ooh. So there it is. Look at all that. Quite a bit. Do you drink Monsters with Tasia? That's right. So those are whole boxes of the Gundam. There we are. They were really expensive when I bought them. Let's see. You should sign Coughings, Mr. It's your new mascot. I'm General Grievous. He collects lightsabers and he has a cough. I go, this will go nicely into my collection. All right, so here's the Gundam packs. I'm ready to sell through them. Let's do $6 on them. You got to sell some of those raw that aren't grading 10. If I could determine which ones were going to grade poorly, I could certainly do that, but I just haven't sorted through them. Many of those are actually sealed boxes. It is all right, so Gundam. Here it is. What? Monsters with Tasia. Here it is. What if I told you I had a CGC 10 TOA SSP timestamp where I called the pull in the order? I don't know. The Abra has to be a steel. There it is. All right, so those are ready to go. How many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 18 left, and I'm pretty sure these are completely sold out at that point. This is the first set of it, too, GD01. I don't know if they got, like, super expensive or anything like that. They sold pretty well. They didn't do too bad, actually. I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku. Fool! I've been trained in your Jedi arts. Back when Star Wars was good, and they put women in sexy Leia outfits. Okay, so next up, Mr. Jeff. No, wait, it's not your turn yet, Jeff. We have an Anthony Pariso. Welcome back, Anthony. He says, Magic the Gathering, Superheroes Collector Booster, and a round of shipping. Anthony Pariso. Let's find a fresh box of that. I think I have to step out of the room to find it. Yeah? Yeah, okay, I do. Okay, I'll be right back. We need a new box of it. Fresh box. I'm back. So it would appear we sold out. Unless I find a sneaky box right next to us. Let's see, let me clean up this place. All right, it's not looking like it. Oh, I found them. Yeah, I knew we had some left. It didn't really make sense to me. I had them all in the room. That's not a normal behavior. We have a spot that we keep our Magic the Gathering. So it wasn't with them. Woo! They were in the room. I was searching all over. We just have 2 boxes left. This is looking like a restock to me. Also, Tears of the Planet is sold out. What do you guys think? Do we restock it? Obviously, Tears of the Planet has a nice cloud. Tammy, it's up to you. What do you think? Restock Tears of the Planet or let it be sold out? Mr. leaving too much because he's hot in the room. Yeah, it's terrible in here. It's so much cooler in the other room. But no, I just couldn't find him. We are. All right. So this is for Anthony Pariso. We have this new set, Force of Will, Ghost in the Shell. Love you, missed you. How's it going, Mr. Russ? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Snip of this. All right. Did my ZELLE go through? It says Andy Man. I bet it did. We're just doing the orders in order. Here's Frozen in Ice, Vision of Love, Gorilla, Spider-Man to the Rescue, Too Evil to Stay Dead. What? Fantastic Bounce, Spider-Gwen, Char Soldier, Arnim Zola. Look at that Arnim Zola. Look at that. Setting in order. Hey, Cody. All right, here we are. Okay. All right, here's Island, Taskmaster, Loki Scepter, Armor Wars, Harbinger of the Seas, and MODOK. All right, cool. It's the Deep. Man, they did not give the Deep a happy ending, did they? No AC? How terrible. Yeah, it's pretty rough right now. It's 100 degrees where I live right now as well. It's warm. Don't wait on the trade break. He wants it to end now. Here's Bold Biochemist, Hour of Defeat, Hydra, Abomination, Terrifying Titan, Echo, Perceptive Prodigy, Daily Bugle, Quantum Reductions. What? Looks like the good guys won. Here's Timeline Inquiry, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Boombastic. Here's Swamp, Daredevil, Man Without Eyeballs. Here's Storm Queen of Wakanda Forever. Here's Seize the Day, and here's Storm Wind Rider. Wow, look at that, everybody. That looks great. Okay. Anthony Pariso, if we can get you done fast enough, I'm going to hand your shipping off to Miss Alexis. All right. Mr. Boombastic. Here's Timeline Inquiry. Ooh. Inquiry. I think I feel more British when I say the word inquiry. Kind of like if you say schedule, but you say with a bit of a difference, a schedule. Here's Kree Sentinel. Here's Kingpin Enforcers. It's Negan. Here's D-Power, Avengers Tower, Hex Magic, Inspired Fire, Eerie Gravestone, Savage Lands, Blazing Crescendo. That's really cool. Island, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., The Wasp. It's a waspy woman. Ultron, Artificial Malevolence, and T'Challa's Protection, and Daredevil, Man Without Fear. Sent a ZELLE order. Have no fear. We're going to get all these orders done. Here's Daredevil. Well, the stream slowed down for a second there, and now it's picking back up, huh? Pretty interesting. You know, when the stream slows down, I get really chatty. I start talking about stuff. It gets really stinky in here. And then when it picks back up, there you go. Then I'm opening packs again. How much is that trade Trico worth? We priced it at $300. This is Diamond Pearl. Pretty sure it's Diamond Pearl. Trico Vintage, first edition Japanese. So it's from 2008, and it's just a lovely card. It's a trade break, so you've been able to just give me crappy cards to get in there. But all right, Anthony Paniagua, where'd that guy go? We gotta have Anthony Paniagua come back. Anthony Rodriguez. Andrew Draper. Let's try box number 2. You got a bag already? Andy Dirksen, Anthony Pariso. You got plenty. Any others in here? Let me scroll through the box a little bit just to double check. There's an Andy Dirksen, Andres, Andrew. Okay, good. So all this could be yours. You're doubling your bag size. That's a fat bag. Good, so Anthony Pariso shipping has to be done now. Let's fix this. Jumping back. Why did he get rid of my address? What the hell, dude? Got rid of my return address for some reason. Cam Denton. We don't want to screw that up. All right, now back over here, Anthony Pariso. So we've shipped to you before, very nice. See how heavy this is? Kind of heavy. Definitely over a pound. Oops. All right. So we're just waiting for it to get a price for your shipping. That's all we're waiting for now. Set this up here. Okay. Sometimes it takes a minute to find that price. I don't know why it takes so long. I really just like how long it takes. But we're going to stop there. Now, who is got the oldest order? Let me just see. Somebody sent in for the Gundam packs, by the way. It looks like at least some of them have sold. Okay, so the oldest order is Jeff. Jeff has another mixed order. He wants English Royal Blood. Okay, you're way up today, so we're just having a bit of fun at this point. Get that out of my way. 2 one pieces, a 1-piece OP14. English OP14. What set is that? I can't remember. There's OP13. Do we have OP14? I'm sure we do. I mean, why else would I have it for sale? I don't remember it. Union Arena. Is it this one? Is this OP? No, this is OP9, is it not? Yeah, that's OP9. OP14. That was the one we meant to order when we accidentally ordered OP10. It's the 2 sets together, isn't it? Do I not have a box next to me? So we might need a new box of it from the looks of it. Okay, so let me grab a fresh box of that. And then Chinese 151 surprise. Hey, why not? I mean, what if you pull out Pikachu Gengar? It's a big deal. Pikachu Gengar, Gem Volume 3. So Volume 3 is this guy back here. And 151 Journey. Okay. And Gem 5. And Gem 2. Okay, Gem 2. And Gem Volume 1. Wouldn't it be crazy if we had a booster pack where it was every single pack on the menu, one of every single pack? Oh, what if we did that and we hosted like a big break on it? Like imagine we got every single pack on the menu except for like the Magic Collector packs, because those are all like $100. Every pack under the price of like, let's say $40. And we made a big break on it. And you got the whole thing. Wouldn't that be crazy? All right, let me go get that OP14 because I think I have to get a fresh box. Oh, did the Anthony Pariso label finish? Because if it did, I want to give his shipping to Alexis now. Yes. The label, by the way, was $8. So think about that. That just leaves $1. That leaves $1 for materials, you know, like supplies, and labor, which is Alexis. So really, we're subsidizing the shipping at this point, you know. There you go. Okay. I'll take this out of here. right, so Anthony Pariso's shipping is now off with Alexis, so he's getting a very fast turnaround. By the way, it's my phone. Yeah, my phone's charged. Good. Can I still order shipping? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Chat is slow. Has it been like this or just right now? Chat has been slow for a couple days, I feel. Maybe we're missing some chatty Cathys. I mean, you weren't here. We are. All right, there's that. I think it's just people wanting to see cards get opened. All right. So there we are. Now, getting these together. And we got all these. Are you ready? Let's see if we get double lucky, huh, Jeff? You know, Miss Sarah likes the jumbo Pokemon packs. Those have been a success. So if I ever have too much time on my hands, I need to make some more jumbo packs for stuff like maybe Chinese Pokemon, maybe something like maybe One Piece. I don't know what people really want. Whatever's really fun, but I could spend all day turning, you know, sitting down with open booster boxes, just making these. Just popping in to say hi. What's up, Mr. JC? How's it going? All right, we got some hollows. We got an SR. Ooh. There we go. And we've got some hollows. Okay, so just some standard one-piece pulls. Here's Gem 5, the Doggy. Gem 2, Espeon. Gem 5. Terrible names, by the way. Gem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, come on, dude. Come up with the name. Here's Magneton. Here's Gem 3. And 151 Surprise. All right, the surprise is that you did not pull the chase card. Surprise! Whew. Thanks so much, Mr. Jeff. All right, Jeff's way up today. He's had a very special round. But this round won't hand out any mangas. That'd be crazy if that had happened, though, huh? I gotta make some money today. We're having the AC unit repairman over. I bet you he charges me like $700. So whatever money I'm making today is just about to go toward fixing my AC. That's about it. Not Miss. Tina Lee, you ready? All right, Tina, 7 Gundam packs. So these Gundam packs are $7 per pack. I'm sorry, $6 per pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pay the AC man in grill cards. I just like to watch the variety of cards you open. I will get a Poke Shuffle one day, sir. Oh, cool, man. All right, so here we are. Look at all that. So these are yours, and let's see what kind of luck you have in there. So that would mean, how many are left? Like 11? 11 Gundam packs left. Did you see the picture of the Gundams posted to general chat? All right. What's the Ghost in the Shell pack? So we got a whole box of this. It's Force of Will, Ghost of the Past. And it's just a cool thing. Oh, look, it says Netflix on the back. Cool. These are produced in Singapore. Just a bit of fun. It's a singular box. We didn't buy multiple copies of it, just one box. Okay, here's an LR right off the bat. Textured card. Cool. Here's holographic 2 characters. Here's holographic whatever that is. Here's a holographic. Here's a holographic. Here's a holographic. So the Reaper is going to be your good pull, it looks like. And there's a holographic. All right. Now, I personally do not know any of these Gundams. I don't know their names, and they are in Japanese, so I can't say their names. But there it is. All right. It's pretty cool. Can I zoom on this? Nah, man, don't do that. See? Pretty neat, right, guys? There's more Gundam. We can get it if you want. We can add Gundam to the menu. You guys want Gundam? You guys just have to say the word. Just say, yeah, we want Gundam. Let's see. Grab this. That's Death Scythe. What? All right, that's it. Okay, putting this in here. Yeah, it's roasting in here, guys. If you didn't know, I'm roasting right now. Super hot. I got a fan blowing on me. That's about all I get. So uncomfortably hot. I would restock Gundam. It's come down in price. It's a good time to buy. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. That's the same reason we started adding MetaZoo to the menu, was because the price came down. I said, oh, okay, MetaZoo's a couple dollars now. Now we might have some fun with it. Here's Raku. Gundam, I'm sorry, MetaZoo is still going. Can you believe that? Got sold off to another company, and they're just printing new sets, I guess. So here we go. Mr. Tyler Davis with a $50 order, 5 Chaos Rising. All right, Chaos Rising, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your AC isn't working? Dang, that sucks. I'm lucky to have a home with 2 AC units, one for the left and the right side of the home. We're on the side with the broken AC unit. The other side is sort of cool. It's like it's working overtime, and it keeps the house on that side of the house at like 75. Now this room, which does not get air circulation from the other AC unit, this room is like 80 degrees right now. So I'm sweating all down my back right now. I'm super hot right now. I was tempted to call off from the stream and just be like, who cares? Like, I'm not going to sit in a hot room. No way. Is the $60 Poker Eevee still available? No, that one's gone. That is sold. It's a good price on a poker card, isn't it? So we got some nice prices out for people. And then the other $60 poker cards all sold. So people are definitely interested in them at a certain price range. All right, so we got some Bubble Energy. We got some Gun Tank. Here's a Chinchino. And last but not least, we've got Artillery. Who doesn't want Artillery? The SEC is like $200 to $300. Yeah, you did really good, Jeff. That's for our friend, Mr. Tyler. All right, Tyler, your box is buried. The TY box, right? There we go. Pull this out. Tyler Land, Tyler Land. So we got 2 TY boxes. First time opening that set. You know, Mr. Russ, we ordered like a decent amount of it because I assumed there would be demand. And then it just went on to not sell at all. So we have a ton of it. And I'll say this, no one has pulled the Chase card out. So we have a new set, Chaos Rising, and it's basically untouched. Nobody's pulled the good stuff. I don't know why that is. Maybe somebody doesn't like it. TY Skeeters. I'm going to put this up here. We're going to make a little more room in this box. We're going to take a couple of these, put them over here as well. Do I have a bag or box? So you have bags, and you have enough bags that they mostly fill up the TY box on their own. So here's a whole bag of hollows. You can always trade hollows in for spots in the trade slab. You can also trade these in. So if you like hollows, but you don't like EXs, you can get rid of your EXs. Yeah, so you got all this stuff. You want to see a little bit of your stuff? So looks like you opened some magic in the past. You got some hollows, some ARs. You got plenty. You got plenty of stuff. Some more magic, lots of ARs, some trainer cards. All right, lots of stuff in there. I'm seeing a big fat bag. 910, a big fat hen. Okay. And then you got these two. We got to put them somewhere. Let's put them in here with these guys. All right, this looks like just another bag with more hollows in it, so. Oh, I have so much work to do after the stream. I got to keep hitting that BGS submission. So my schedule today is just work. You know what I've eaten today? I've eaten like a bite of cottage cheese. And then after that, I ate, hold on, I'm thinking about it, nothing. And it's because I can't handle eating right now. I'll get sick if I eat it. If I eat anything, I'll get queasy. Isn't that crazy? I'm very confident whenever those GLP-1s become... Okay, here it is. Matthew Hill shipping so I don't get repossessed. Smart move. All right, let's get those shipped out. Matthew Hill. When people can afford GLP-1s really cheaply, like when they're as cheap as Tylenol, obesity in America and across the world, because the developed world in general has a problem with it. Obesity is going to disappear. It's going to be a thing of the past. Like, if I just stay on this medication indefinitely, I'm just not going to be fat. It's not possible. Here it is, Matthew Hill. Oh, you got an old one. Good timing on that. You know, this box was full. Good timing. You don't want to keep your year-old bag over here. How late you thinking, mister? Oh, like how long am I going to stream? That is a good question. It's 6:20? I didn't know it was 6:20. We got to wrap up, everybody. No more orders, okay? No more orders. I didn't realize it was so late. I wouldn't even stream this long. I didn't know we were this late. Let me log into PayPal for this order. We got to get you a first-time shipping, it looks like. Body positive industry in shambles. Yeah, I agree. Everyone's body positive until they get a hold of GLP-1s, and then they just go, wait, what if I was just skinny? Body positivity was a cope. That's what it was. It was a cope for something that clearly is not what people want. We don't want to be too heavy from food that's too rich. I had a bite of cottage cheese today, and if I even think about food, I'm going to throw up. And it's a pretty insane thing to feel that way. Here we are. All right, and now let's get a test on this. Okay, so good. I'm going to hit print on that. Okay, it's going to make a small adjustment. So we're just waiting for it to calculate the price of the label. How much weight have you lost? Okay, so I weighed in today, and I actually weigh another pound less. And so my total weight loss so far, now how long have I been on it? Like 3 months maybe 4? So my total weight loss is not really crazy. It's about 14 pounds. But, you know, what's crazy about that is I didn't gain any weight. Normally I would gain weight. I was gaining about 1 pound a month on average. I'd gain about 1 pound. So I went from gaining 1 pound a month to losing about 13 or 14 pounds over time. That's a powerful thing over time, you know. If you're always slightly losing weight and never gaining weight, that's a powerful thing. Is the Poker Eevee still available? No. Does the medicine give you energy? No, the opposite of it. When I'm on the medicine, especially the first 3 days, I'm super drained. You know, it's weird. You can eat like a cookie if you want, although you don't want to. But let's say you force yourself to eat one. You get no energy from it. Nothing. It's like your body doesn't recognize sugar anymore. A very crazy feeling. You can eat. In fact, it'll give you a headache. You'll eat it, you'll get a headache, and you won't get any energy at all. Team Rocky Grunt, 7 Pokey Shuffles and a spot in the Nido King break. You got it. All right, the Nido King break finally moving a little bit. Store credit. No, it doesn't give you any energy. It saps you of your energy. Probably because you're not eating anything, but also it digests differently. So, like, even if you did eat something, you're not getting any energy from it. You feel, I would describe it as feeling exhausted. You get really tired. So there's 35, and then 7 Pokey Shuffles brings you down to 0. Do you see a doctor for the GLP medication? Yeah, they're doing a full blood panel test on me. I don't know when I get the results from that. You think I'd already have the results, but I think they're going to send it in the mail. Here it is. Team Rocky Grunt. I feel relieved is how I feel, if you want to know. I feel relieved because when you're gaining weight a little bit all the time and you try to lose it, but you never seem to succeed, and the years go by and you're still gaining, to have like a silver bullet that says, you can stop counting calories. You're not going to gain any more weight. You're going to lose it. To have a silver bullet like that is kind of a stress relief. You know how much effort and time I would put into thinking about, oh, I got to eat better, and oh, I'm failing at eating better, and oh, I got to exercise more, oh, I'm failing at exercising more. You know, all the effort that goes into that, and then you just take this little shot, and it's like, there you go, you lost weight. Bada bing, bada boom. 3 out of 10. It's pretty stress relieving. So 7 Pokey Shuffles. It is. So you're just tired all the time. I would say by the end of the week, before the next shot, I feel a lot more normal. My appetite picks up too, though. So yeah, I'd say by the end of the week, I feel a lot more normal. Those first couple of days, though, they're hard. They're really hard. And I think that's where a lot of the weight loss is in those first couple of days, because you just can't eat. It's like almost impossible. 4, 5, 6, 7. You get like a little bite of meat, and you're like, hell no, dude, this is tough. Like, what am I doing? I'm going to have heartburn. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to have a headache. I'm going to feel the food regurgitating. You got Ho-Oh T10. All right, that could be your best pull yet. What is that? I don't remember it. It's T10 Ho-Oh, huh? What's that going to be? I bet that's going to be a classic collection of Ho-Oh. Because I'm trying to think, what Ho-Ohs have I graded? I bet it's classic collection. There it is, classic collection Ho-Oh. So, well, you're breaking even. You went in for 35, you pulled 35. What are you thinking now, Mr. TRG? ZELLE pending. Oh, ZELLE pending, huh? That stuff's made from Gila monster poison. It is like poison. You take it and you're like, what happened to me? I've been poisoned. All right. Yeah, you feel like, you know, having nausea feels like you're sick. It doesn't feel normal or good. It feels terrible. But it works. If you have that feeling, you're not going to eat. All right. How does a pack split work? So this is a pack split. It's $100 to get in, 98, and you get one of the cards in the pack. You get one of the cards. Now you're going to get it at random. So everyone has their name on a card, and we shuffle up the names. So the names get shuffled, and then we start opening the pack, and you get a random card from here. Now, if you're lucky, you pull the holo. Everyone wants the holo. Now, if you get really lucky, you pull Misty's Tears, because that's the best card in this set right now is Misty's Tears. And that's just a trainer card, believe it or not. But it's like she's naked, so it's an error. It's a banned card. So it's going for like $3,000. So that's what we're looking for in here, Misty's Tears. But somebody also gets a holo. There's a guaranteed heavy pack, everybody. This one right here, there's a guaranteed heavy. $98 to get in. 3 people are in there. We need more people in there. It goes off when 10 people get in. So once we have 10 people, it goes off. And then again, everybody gets a random card. It's a lot of fun. It's a big hoot. Reroll. All right, that's what I thought you'd say. I might as well just get these. I can tell he pretty much just re-rolls until he gets something really big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so 7 goes back in. Your re-roll is for 6. All right, we got 30. There we go. Like that. Oh, oops. Okay, good luck. Did you see the guy from Jurassic Park passed away? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I saw that. Died at what, 78? So sad, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Da, 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 da. We should watch Jurassic Park for fun as a group. Oh, all right, a little double hit right at the end. Okay, so you're going from $30 to a double hit. Xatu again. Remember Xatu? You just pulled Xatu. I think I put the Xatu in the middle of the box, and look what happened. It got instantly mixed with another hit. So I'll remember that. Hits always go to the back. Let's see. Yeah, I think I put the Xatu in the middle of the box. I don't know why I did that. I think I just felt like doing it. That's 55. Holding hope. All right, so you went from $35 to $35 to $110. What's your next move, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt? Blah, 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 blah. Oops, my bad. Guys, no more orders. We are done taking orders. We got to wrap up now. It's 6:30. I actually should just stop right here after this order. Russ, I know you've got an order in the stream. Let's see what other orders we got. We got to wrap up, guys. It is the end of the stream. I'm walking all day and going up ladders. Do you think I used it would hinder me from work? Oh, the GLP-1s. No, I'm sure you'd be okay, man. You know, the problem for me is my job's a sitting job. So I'm already kind of like pathetic. It's the truth. And if you're doing a physical job, you'll be okay. You'll adjust to it. The way they work it is they give you a really tiny dosage at the start. I mean, it's nothing. They give you this 0.5, it's 0.5 milligram, no, 0.25. they give you a really tiny dose. So you can sort of feel it, and you go, oh, that's different, but it doesn't really screw you up. So if they put you on it, they're going to give you a tiny dosage of it, and you're going to start adjusting to it. And no, you should be okay. If you're doing that every single day, your body's probably used to it. Now, if you jump to a very high dosage, maybe it could affect your work. Maybe it could make you feel really exhausted some days. But no, I bet you it works pretty well for you. I did my order like 10 minutes ago. Sorry, TCC. Well, that means you did it at 6:20 p.m. But I sent so long ago. Andy, I don't have your... Here's an Andy Martin order. It says 1 DR spot and 2 trade spots. We serviced that. I don't know if you sent any others, but we serviced that one. Keep Zatu, re-roll the other card. Okay, so we're going to say TRG. Okay, congrats on the Zatu. And re-roll Holding Hope. Throw this away. Now, he's going to get back in there for $45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we had put the Zatu properly in the back of the box, you probably would have only pulled Holding Hope. So we got to remember, hits always go in the back, so that we don't cause a double hit by accident. Nothing wrong with the double hit, but it has to happen naturally, not artificially. Because, you know, in the box somewhere now is a big row of empty cards. Because it would have been all the empty cards for Holding Hope, and it would have been all the empty cards for the other card too, the Zatu. So there's a big cold spot in the box for those. Okay, you ready? All right, so you get a total of, what is it, 8? 1, 2, 3. You're way up, and let's get you the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got Umbreon P8, and you got the Tammy pack. Oh, baby, it's the Tammy pack. Da-da-da! All right. Valued at 55. You can re-roll it for 45 or keep it. Umbreon P8. Oh, man, we got to finish up, man. I gotta go. I got to end this stream, and I'm stuck in an endless re-roll. I'm telling you, that's the downside of the re-rolls. I don't mind if you guys are having fun with it. It seems to be a big selling point, actually, of the PokeShuffle is the re-roll, but I'm like stuck here playing the slot machine with you for 30 minutes. That's the problem. All right, so here it is. He's worth 25. What are you thinking here? I'm stuck here playing the slot machine. Open the Tammy pack. Woo! All right. Tammy pack. It's the freaking Tammy pack. All right, let's see if your fears about the Tammy pack were unfounded or not. Okay, we're snipping. It would be hilarious if you got like a big pull from here. All right. Snipping this. It's a mix of stuff in here that adds up to 65. That's what it is. Okay. And here's the Playboy pack. Could give you a Donald Trump card. And here's a Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even know what you're supposed to open in there. We sold out of the Yu-Gi-Ohs. Tammy pack. Tammy pack. Here's a Cacophony of Cold Ones in the Rarity Collection. But you get to keep them. Here's... You'll fly a Donald Trump. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. All right, that's a bad pack. So far, so bad. Now, the Powerpuff Girls are very easy because they're guaranteed. So these are printed by Artbox. And yes, PSA 100% grades Artbox cards. I know they do. We've sent Artbox cards off. So here the girls are saying, saving the professor. Here's the mayor. Here's whatever her name is, Blossom. Wow, that one's really nice, actually. And here's the girls, and it looks like they've blown something up. I don't know. And then here's Blossom again. Hope you like Blossom, because you got two of them. And there's a background card. Okay, cool. So that is your pack of the Powerpuff Girls. It's basically guaranteed hits because, you know, you could grade any of these. And if they grade 10, I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think they sell for like probably 75 to 100 and a 10. These are all vintage, by the way. probably an underserved community of collectors. Cartoon Network, Powerpuff Girls, that's cool, right? So, all right, so now over here in the Sneaky Bunkos, we got one holo. Okay, here's the Hidden Trials. Go Bez, all right. Here's Gem 5. We got Joltik. Here's Beedrill. This is a cold one. Here's Chaos Rising with a cold one. Oh, that sucks. And a cold one. Woo! All right, that was a pretty bad round, I won't lie. But now we can say that. Before, we didn't know if it was a bad round. But that's okay, because the next round will be the best round that the Tammy packs have ever handed out before. I sent a message. I have a question. Miss Alexis, who are you? She's a moderator? Hold on, wait a second. Hold on. So she says... Okay, so your question revolves around what is ground advantage. Ground advantage is the standard shipping type for USPS. Priority is a more expensive type of shipping. So ground advantage is the standard shipping type. It should be for about 1 pound, I think, is what we did, okay? So nothing's unusual about that. And actually, while we still have you here, this guy also needs to ship out. We're going to make his label right now. So let's try and get him done too, since you're over here. Brilliant. There we go. So they should all be saying ground advantage. Like, does this one say ground advantage? Yeah, it says ground advantage. All right. I'm going to put this one at the top of the stairs for you. That's not my question. I was just asking because typically it's a heavier package. Oh, is it? His package is a little bit heavy, but I see what you're saying. You're wondering if maybe there's like some special items that go in there, like a booster box or maybe like slabs. But no, it's just whatever you can find. So if you don't see any slabs under his name, it's just the bag. Now, I'm going to put this at the top of the stairs for you, okay? So that you have more shipping. Yay! When I go walking, is she still here? When I go walking through the home, can you hear me walking? Do I sound fat when I'm walking? Is it like stomp, stomp, stomp? That's a classic fat guy move. All right, TRG says re-roll Umbreon. Okay, grab that, put that back over there. Now, that goes in Team Rocket Grunt's bag. We have to make a new Tammy pack. I love Tammy packs. I can hear it. I'll record it for you. Oh my God. That's Karis. That's not me. Dang, she needs to lose some weight. Here we are. Alexis, our AC is out on half of the house. Are you in a cold room or a warm room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes back in for 5. Your reroll is for 20. I bet you that room's cold. No, I can't tell. I don't know what side of the house that room is on. But you're in the basement, so it's probably pretty comfortable down there. I was tempted to sleep down there, but there's no setup for sleeping. Because I slept upstairs on the couch, and it was just like not a great rest. Oh, it's perfect down here. That means it is cut out. That means, because it should be freezing cold down there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you ready, Miss Alexis? Team Rocket Grunt is taking a shot at the Poke Shuffles. Remember these? Here goes. That'll be a cold round. All right, so what did you really walk away with? You got a Xatu worth 55, and you got the Tammy pack, and you got all that for $35. This is pretty good. So overall, not a bad round. If only the Tammy pack had hits in it, though. So that's the problem. You didn't get big hits. So Mr. Russ, he wants 3 of the Sneaker Bunkos and an Oshinoko. Didn't I sell out of Oshinoko? I thought we sold the rest of the Oshinokos. Maybe we left it on the menu. 2, 3. Russ, I think we sold out of Oshinokos. I'll double check for you. I think I might have forgotten to take it off the menu, unless it's like over here somewhere. I think this is Oshinoko Volume 2, isn't it? Can I get you a pack of Oshinoko Volume 2? Looks like I have some of these left. So I'm confident we have no more booster boxes of that either. So this is all we got. Oh boy, left on the menu. Okay, so let me remove it from the menu so that we don't make that mistake twice. The menu changes a lot. So I noticed Oshinoko Volume 2 is not on the menu, and yet we do have a couple packs of it. Can I offer you that as a substitute? If I had to pick a room in the house, the basement would be great because it's cold down there. Yeah, but I don't have a bed or anything. I would have to set a bed up down there. All right, so let's edit this and say sold out. We got a lot of sold out product. And then is this still up? Oh, wow. On the website, Oshinoko Volume 2 is still up. That's sold out. All right, so we removed that. That's sold out. What's the last order too? JC, give it a try. 5 Ghosts in the Shell. I'm going to open that for you, JC, only because it's the last order and because no one else really opened very much of it. So we're going to open that for you. And then we're done. You can build one out of all the boxes. You're probably right. But then I get eaten by brown recluses, so that's probably not worth it. It is. No, but I honestly don't spend a lot of time down there because I don't want to inhale any cat smells. Got the cat litter box in the garage, right? Well, you can still smell it in the basement as you walk past the garage. And I think I'm allergic to that. I think I'm super allergic to cats. There it is, Russ. No super snipes. Jeff had a super snipe, didn't he? But this time, Mr. Russ, you're going to have some normal pulls. Where are we hiding Russ's bag? Probably in the, I bet, RX box. That's where I would, yep, there you are. All right. Oh, so it's fine to send Alexis down here. Well, you're not allergic to cats, are you? I have a cat allergy. It doesn't bother carrots either. If I think I have like asthma or something. If I spend too much time around the cat urine, I will start hacking and wheezing. All right. In other words, in the past, I would have died in the jungle. I'm not strong enough. I'm the weak. Now, it's a funny thing to say, though. Okay, so JC, Ghost in the Shell times 5. I wouldn't have made it. I have a weed allergy. I can't sleep properly. Breaking out into hives. My glasses. All right, here it is. The house must be burned when a spider is found. Oh, that's not good. No, 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 no. Not this house. This house must never burn. Okay. You need to pay her hazard pay because of the spiders. Ooh, just give them a kiss. They're just hairy little kissers. They love smooches. Here goes, Mr. JC. You ready? So we've never seen this before. You've got Android Harlot. Here's... It's definitely a TCG. Sato in Relax. Have you guys seen the back of these? Look how nice they look on the back. Whoa. So that's like a standard playing card. I bet you there's like specialty hits in there. Let's see what they look like. Onslaught. All right, we got Onslaught. Kusanagi Motoko Informal Wear. Here's... One time I was walking out of the basement, pointed out a wolf spider, and Mr. poked it on the butt. Just wolf spiders aren't going to hurt you. They just run around. Here's Secret Agent. Secret Agent Man. And Batao, a mercenary crew. All right. So here's my perception. All of those were just standard playing cards. No full arts here. We're looking for like a full art or something to pop out. My suspicion is you have just swept some cold packs out of the way. I don't know if we even saw the main character there, because this, I'm sure, is the main character, right? And so I think you might have, well, maybe this is it right here, actually. Okay, Informal Wear. Oh, no, okay, so this is the main character right here. All right. So maybe we're waiting for a hit to come out. How do we detect the rarity on these? N, S, R, N, N, 10. Yeah, I don't understand them super well. But there we have it. It was a fun experiment, Mr. JC. These aren't terribly expensive. These are $6 a piece. And that's what we've seen so far. We're wondering if we keep going, if there's something bigger in there. We're going to have to find out later because we are going to hop off now. I'm going to hop off and go into the air conditioning where I'm going to be much happier. Ah, there you are. You got a baggie over here. Thank you, Mr. JC, for experimenting with those. We haven't, in my opinion, we haven't seen anything really big yet. So we're wondering if later in the box there's a better pull. There it goes. Ambush predator. Our house is surrounded by jumping spiders. All right. Alexis, did you know when I was a kid, I used to catch and keep spiders as pets. And so I'd have these jars, big ones, and they'd be full of spiders. And I'd catch moths on the side of our house, and I'd feed the spiders the moth. There we are. All right. I eventually stopped collecting bugs when I got a little bit older because I got tired of getting stung by bees. I would catch bees by the wing, and then when they were a little more tired, I'd take them out and let them crawl on me. And I got stung by a bee, and I'd already been stung before, and I was so tired of it. The second time I got stung, I was like, I'm done. Why do I even do this? When I was a teenager, I used to climb this big poplar tree, and only I could climb it because it was so difficult to climb. And I'd be in the branches really high up off the ground, like if I lost my grip, easily an injury. And I would climb the branches upside down, like I'd be hanging like a sloth, and I'd sneak up on cicadas that way, because the cicada would sit on the top of the branch, and I'd be sneaking up underneath the branch, and then I'd grab the cicada like that, and they'd make a horrible noise, right, because they were really unhappy with that situation. And you could feel their little wings flexing. They'd be like, you know, like that. And then I'd shuffle my way all the way down the tree, and I'd put it into a cicada jar. And then, yeah, I'd catch all kinds of bugs. I liked praying mantises the best. They're super cool. I'd catch those big green ones. And the males were pretty jumpy, but the females were often pregnant, and you could feed them from your hand, and they'd eat from your hand. They're like, ooh, food. So they didn't care. And then they'd lay an egg, and then sometime after the egg is laid, they would die. And then you'd have an egg, and the egg would have the little babies in the spring. So caught a lot of cicadas, a lot of praying mantises. I caught a lot of bees, and I caught an awful lot of spiders. One of the coolest things I ever did was I made like a spider habitat. It was huge. And it was because I had this really big glass jar. So I don't remember what it was for, but it was a really big one with like a lid. And what I would do is I would catch spider after spider after spider, and I put them all in there, and they all created webs around each other. So the whole jar became a giant spider web, and then I'd dump all kinds of bugs in there to feed them. So yeah, it was a real stinky jar full of a lot of dead bugs, a lot of spiders, and it was pretty cool. All right, what are the breaks? Robert, we're all done. We have a lot of breaks. I hope you'll show up tonight to hop into them. We got this Giovanni break. Giovanni's Nido King is now 3 out of 10. I hope you'll jump into that, everybody. I'll see you guys for the late night stream for Monday. See you later, everybody.